Oh shit! Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy Rumboyz Robbie. Y'all know how we do. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. I will take that in a few dilly. Really quick. There's this thing out there, all right, called the YouTube algorithm. And the only way that we break this algorithm, the only way that we crack said algorithm is by you guys sharing the content. It's by you guys sharing the content. It's by you guys hitting the like button, by you guys diving off in the live chat. Just all of your interactions, your watch time, all that stuff helps build this up. Make sure that you guys share this content with all of your league mates. If you got friends that are fans of whatever NFL team, you're like, yo, the Rumboyz talk your shit. Share it with them. Tell them to come check us out here on the channel. We greatly appreciate it. We're building a community. Like I'm trying to get. I want to break the YouTube bank. Like I want to break the YouTube bank, and in order to do that, we need you guys to share the content so that we can blow up. Like we need to be like the fantasy football Nelk, fantasy football fucking impulsive like type. Like we gotta blow the fucking lid off this damn industry. Let's go. I'm hyped. I'm sorry. I apologize. This show is brought to you guys by monkeyknifefight.com. monkeyknifefight.com. Promo code Rumboyz whenever you sign up. If you're into daily fantasy, player props, stuff of that nature, things of that nature, we have legal daily fantasy, in the words of our homie Leonard Fournette, happening over there on Monkey Knife Fight. In the words of our homie Leonard Fournette, make sure you guys get on over to the Monkey Knife Fight app, available on iOS and Android. We're going to match you on your very first deposit all the way up to $100 when you enter our promo code. Like, that's a really good value. If you want to play with 20, hey, we'll match you on that 20. If you want to play with the hundo, we'll match you on the hundo. But just know, your first time using our promo code, we're going to double down on your very first deposit all the way up to $100. Let's go. Daily fantasy props. Also, check out the SportsMe app. You guys see the logo right down. My little trophy. Link is in the description section. Get on over to the SportsMe app if you got a fantasy football question, or you're just trying to get in and debate with some of these athletes, or some of these analysts across the industry. You could do so over on the SportsMe app. We got the homie Buster Share dropping content all over there. I don't know if you guys have checked out the Crew League for basketball or not, but we got the homie Buster on the app. He's breaking stuff down. Andrew Wiley, myself, and much more. So get on over to the SportsMe app. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get in to the cast and crew. You already know what to do. First up, he's spitting in his terms. Give it up. It's your boy, Herms.
Hello.
What up, bro? What up? How you doing, man?
Sitting in the dark by myself. That's right. It's Friday night. Rumboyz After Dark.
I like it. I did. Yo, that was nice. That was improv. That was dope.
Oh yeah, smooth jazz, baby. Woo! Shout out.
105.9. All right, sorry, you took me back. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our homie. You have seen him here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, here on Rumboyz After Dark, before he is dropping in Friday night to give you guys all that NFL hype. Give it up for Gary Zam.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. Whoa, Herms, where'd you come from?
I just been hanging out. I decided to turn a light on instead of just like, sitting ominously in the dark making animal noises. I figured it would just be good to show my face,
Every now and then. It's good for you.
I don't know what animal noise that I just made was, but it was a dying one, I think.
Could have been a yak.
Yeah. Oh.
Now,
That's an elk.
There you go.
That's an elk.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
it was definitely dying, whatever it was. But
it sounded like two elks fucking.
There you go. I'm really glad I did that for everybody at home. So
that's why you tune into the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, because you never know what you're gonna see or hear.
That's why you subscribe.
Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Honestly, you never really know. It is the holidays, so we do have a couple of cast members that are out having to enjoy holiday parties this week. I had to do one Tuesday night, so I can't fucking blame anyone or be mad at anyone for having to go deal with annoying ass coworkers or having to deal with their wives or husbands' coworkers. Like the whole smile and wave shit, that whole dog and pony show, I hate it. I hate it. Luckily, the Christmas party I went to was at like this like adult arcade thing, like Dave and Buster's kind of deal. It's like it was cool. Like I just like play like all the games, like whenever she had to like
You can keep to yourself that way too, and then just kind
yeah.
of do your own thing and let everybody do what they do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We played a laser tag and let's just say I had an advantage. Like, yeah, it was god awful. Like it was awful. Like I was like staying low, pie in corners. This is real life Call of Duty on a ass. I was like the girl that I went with. I was lighting her boss up. I just kept just fucking him up. I was like, yeah, that's right. Looks like Jorge is going to be hopping in. I just saw him react to the DMs over there on the Twitterverse. Hip hip.
All right.
Jorge.
Oh, we're gonna do that when he gets here. We're gonna do that when he gets here.
Okay.
All right, let's do that. Yeah, we got him.
Exactly. See, we have something planned. We have a shtick planned for when Jorge gets here. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rum boys and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly. Spike that like. We're gonna get into some NFL talk here to start off soon. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, it's been a long week. Yeah, that's a taste of relaxation, sliding off into the weekend.
That's the taste of Friday right there, Ronnie.
Yeah, that's taste of Friday. All righty.
Get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
All righty.
Wow. Again, Herm's unscripted.
Oh,
he'll be here all week.
We do a lot of lot of random improv, like, and it is yeah. Look, really, before we get into the first sports topic, you were there in Canton, right? Gary?
No, I didn't make it.
Okay, it was a blur for me. I don't remember who the fuck was there and who wasn't. But I remember this man being there, and I remember this man sitting across from me. And we got into a very heated comedic game of Cards Against Humanity. And like,
I can only imagine.
I won't say all the names and faces that were in that room, but when I tell you it was Herms, Robbie, just going back and forth. It was, and we had the whole room just dying. Like, just it was great. It was great. Herm stand up coming soon. We haven't planned that. That's not. But if it does,
I'll let you know.
I'm his agent.
Hey, just to deal with airline food. You're eating food in the air. What's up with that?
So, getting into tonight's show, former NFL football player, NFL Super Bowl winning Hall of Famer Michael Strahan is reportedly going on a flight. He is leaving on a jet plane out of this stratosphere, out of this atmosphere. Motherfucker's taking a trip to outer space with Jeff Bezos and many other rich friends. Thoughts on this wild excursion, and would you go to outer space if given the opportunity? Herms, we'll start with you.
Oh, dear God, I've got a lot of thoughts about fuckers like Jeff Bezos going to space, but I'll save that type of that's
a different podcast.
Exactly. If you want to hear my thoughts on capitalism allowing people to become so wealthy that they can, anyways. But would I go to space?
This is football, Herms.
Yes. Would I go to space? Yes, I would go to space because I am a really big fan of the Pixar film Toy Story. And I always really liked Buzz Lightyear. So I gotta say,
with
man,
climate change, I'm going to Mars.
No, he wants to go to Infinity.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm trying to
Is
go
that the
to
new
infinity
planet?
and beyond. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh yeah,
But,
and beyond. You got to go there too.
of course, yeah.
That was a
You
Buzz
have to get
Lightyear.
to infinity and then you got to go beyond. But
If you're already in infinity, you might as well just go beyond because you're halfway there.
I mean, come on, halfway there living on a prayer. But yeah, dude. So I mean, I would, just so I could feel like Buzz Lightyear. Also, shout out the fact that and again, I'm not like a spokesperson for Disney or anything, but I'm really excited about that Buzz Lightyear origin film or whatever. That one that's coming out in June.
Yo,
Dude, I know what I'm doing for I already told everybody. It's like, yo, for my 27th birthday, I'm having a Buzz Lightyear birthday party. I don't give a fuck how old I am, dude. I'm fucking doing it. I'm willing to. So I'll be. I'm an adult, man. I can still have a Buzz Lightyear holiday.
We need a vlog. That deserves a vlog. That
just 20 years too late. Probably more appropriate when you were 7. But what the hell?
Probably, yeah, but hey, they waited until 2022 for this film, so it's just
that's true.
I didn't pick to be born when I was born, so you know what?
That's the great thing about being an adult, man. You can fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a kid's birthday party at the age of 27. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing it. So yes, a long-winded way of saying
lots of
seltzers.
Buzz
Lightyear, and yes, I would definitely go to space because that would be.
Dude, hold on. Here's what we do. You just gave me a vision. This is why I'm spending the off season seeking out more sponsors so I can fucking get that YouTube bread to make viral videos to do some dumb shit like this. We do a Buzz Lightyear 27th birthday party for you, Herms, but we adult the fuck out of it. We get tons of beers and seltzers and coolers, and we dress them up as like Buzz. And all the fucking I can't remember their whole squad, the whole Lightyear squad, but there's a fucking couple ton of them. I remember this as a kid because I used to watch it. And then
Buzz Lightyear Star Command, yeah.
The Star Command crew, yeah. And then we have chicks walk around serving shots in Buzz Lightyear costumes.
I mean, as long as I still get to have my pizza from Pizza Planet, that's really all I care about. So
there's definitely pizza from Pizza Planet, which is, by the way, a real place if you have been to Disney.
Dude, man, I really, especially because they have the arcade
tastes like
set up, dude. I don't know, man. For a theme park pizza, you already have to lower the bar for your expectation a little bit. With that in mind, it's actually okay.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Compared to regular pizza, then yes, it doesn't stack up very well.
But we're not doing that here.
I can absolutely see Herms rocking a Buzz Lightyear costume at the bar on his birthday. Yo, I'm saying, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm definitely fucking doing that. That's exactly the plan.
Shit.
So, yeah, dude,
we're gonna make. Hey, like and share this content if you want a Herms Buzz Lightyear Rumboyz vlog fucking piece of content. It'd be so fire. Crab cakes and Buzz Lightyear and fucking booze. Let's go.
And how about Malcolm dressed up as Woody and you guys could walk around and do that shtick? Malcolm would be into that.
Yeah, it was. Oh, dude, I'm here.
Yes. Gary, your turn.
All right. So would I go? First of all, what Herm said earlier is eating on the airplane. What kind of food are they serving in space? I mean, these are questions I need to know.
Is it like soup? It's like space food,
yeah, they got that dried shit, and then
I mean, that doesn't sound too good. I mean, if that depends on how long you got to be up there. You know what? I'm not going to space. I'm staying on my couch.
Bro, they're only going. So here's what I read in the article. By the way, Jeff Bezos also owns the Washington fucking Post. They literally put that in the article. They have to do that shit. They're like, Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post,
among other things.
A lot of other things. What I would, so what their trip is going to be is they are going to take said rocket to outer space. And they're just gonna go up there for 12 hours and look around the motherfucker, which is like up in space is not long. That's about half the time it takes just to get up there. So the total amount of time in which they're actually gonna be in space and actually see space.
So are they gonna have to train for this? Go through some kind of an astronaut boot camp or something? I mean, you know what I mean? I don't want to have to run laps either.
Michael Strahan's already in shape.
I was going to say, he's prepared for sure.
Yeah. But his Bezos. Wow, he doesn't matter. He's fun. He's funding the whole thing.
Yeah,
Plus, he's already been to space in his penis rocket. So, I mean, he already knows what's going on. Like,
oh yeah, sold hat for him then.
Yeah. Yay, dick rockets. So, I guess kind of like you would go, like you'd be down for it. Like,
I mean, so once you said what you said, I'm like, yeah, that view would be out of this world. Hey. But yeah, not only arms here. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm more of a homebody. I don't even leave the house too much anymore. I can't imagine going to space.
I just want to do it for the gram. Like, I just need to go and take the picture. Like,
floating around. Just
here, exactly. But see, here's why I wanted to also do it. Do you know, I won't say millions because I don't believe that there is a wide, vast public that believes this, but at least a couple of 100,000 that believe that the earth is flat. I want to be the person
spoils that shit.
to fucking post it on Instagram. It's like, listen, this isn't NASA's Instagram. This is the Rumboyz Robbie Instagram. I only got 2K followers. They ain't pay me for this. Like, I did this for
be like, look out the window. That's a sphere. You know, just like,
bro, I want to be the person to blow people's minds. Like if I could do that and prove to people that birds are real, I'm with the shits.
Dude, birds aren't real. Come on. Dude, no. Dude, I got some literature for you to read later because I think I'm really going to open your eyes on this one. So.
Be careful for literature. How did you find it out? I read it on the internet. Oh, well, okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Check it out. Birds aren't real.
The Joe Rogan podcast, bro.
Aliens are definitely real, though.
Yeah, aliens are there. Yeah,
that'd be another reason why I'd want to go to space too. Like, I want to go up there and I'd be like, yo, I ain't seen or yeah, I saw some shit. But I feel like I have to get assassinated.
I don't think we can yet travel far enough as human beings into the galaxy, let alone into other galaxies, to find other life. But just if we're playing, like, there's a whole like scientific theory about it, if I remember correctly. But like, and also, like, the likelihood of like there being other life is just like when you take into account the vastness of the entire universe. There's definitely other shit. It's not just us.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, yeah, I mean, people being like, oh, like, you know, aliens as we understand them is just like little like green people being like, how are you? Like, probably not, but like, you know, like, yeah, there's gotta be something. It makes too much sense for us to be the only living form in the entire fucking thing.
So I thought all the aliens were in that claw thing in Pizza Planet. No.
Oh, wait, good. Hey, good. I like.
Calling it back, Herms.
Good callback. Good callback.
Oh yeah, there it is. All right, this is good.
Look, if I could also go up into space with like an NFL player and be like, yo, like I went with this like man like who has like a bunch of Super Bowls, like, you know, we had a couple beers, we did a couple of shotguns in space, the beer floated away, but you know, hey, we at least attempted it. I'd be with the shits.
Well, I would love to meet Michael Strahan. I just don't know if I want to
meet him in space.
Orbiting the Earth.
That's an even bigger flex. Not only did you
that is true,
Strahan, but you met him floating, literally. Someone's popular. That sounded like my phone for a second.
It probably was. That's probably Robbie on a Friday. It is Friday. There we go. Those are all of his friends.
I do have post podcast activities that I'm going to get involved in. Yeah, you know, I mean, Friday, got to do it. You know, Thursday night takeaways. We're gonna go ahead and go right into last night's game. Usually we start off with, you know.
Wait, hold on. This show is about sports,
right?
Loosely.
Technically, we talk about whatever the fuck we want here. You know, that's a great thing.
No sports. No.
Yeah. The Minnesota Vikings defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers. With the help of Dalvin Cook, who was a game time decision. Does Minnesota make the playoffs? And if so, how far can they go? How far can they go?
How far can they go?
Gary, well, I think they very well could make the playoffs. I mean, I think they're sitting at 7. Are they 6 and 7 or something? They're right outside the teams that are already in there now. I think that's it. If they make it in, they're probably a first round casualty. I mean,
Bezos and zero gravity. Oh my god!
Like,
I love that concept. I love that concept.
I just pictured it. Do you think it would still hurt?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, less, but it would still hurt.
but they'd be floating, wouldn't they? So you kind of, I don't know.
You'd just be like,
I tackled by Michael Strahan.
I
don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry, Gary. Continue.
Yeah. I'm back on the spaceship now, Robbie. I don't think I can recover from this.
Oh god. But no,
I was just saying. I think they're going to get knocked out. They're going to, if they make it in, they're not going to make it far. I mean, the running game is obviously keeping them in. Kirk Cousins is having a great season. Justin Jefferson, you got that big play to Osborne or KJ Osborne. So that was without Thielen. I mean, they're dangerous. Like they say any given Sunday, but I like some of the other teams in the NFC better.
The Vikings.
I am not emotionally prepared to discuss the details of what took place in that game because it really hurt my feelings. No, but yeah, I mean, dude, the issue with the Vikings is the fact that, I mean, in the playoffs, you really need your defense to be able to, at minimum, do the whole bend not break thing. And they really just don't have the talent to be able to do that, especially when, like, I mean, if your best corner is an aging Patrick Peterson, that kind of says something about where you're at, and, for as dominant as Anthony Barr has been at times in the past, I mean, like, this was the third game he's played out of like 29 possible games over the last couple of years. I mean, like, that doesn't help, what I mean? Like, they're not there yet, but I will say they've shown incredible signs of promise in terms of the offense. They really do have that going for them, because even without Thielen, it's nice to see that KJ Osborne has been able to step up, not just, last night, but at other times in the past. Yes, son of Zeus, that's me. Yes, Zeus is my dad. But, I don't know, dude, like, as long as they can keep doing what they're doing and just continue to build that defensive unit, I could see them doing something soon. But no, I mean, this year, I don't really see that in the cards for them.
So they were blowing like huge holes open for Dalvin Cook. Was that their offensive line, do you think, Herms, or is that more the Pittsburgh defense kind of not stepping up?
So something that I've, and any time people are just like, Herms, what the hell happened with the Steelers defense? It's like, the thing they don't tell you is that, it is a very difficult defensive front. It really is. But if you have even a remotely competent O-line, if you can get your running back into the second level and beyond, that's how you do it. Because the linebackers, I mean, like, they're good. They're good, but it's still a unit that we're working on building. And even then, like, Devin Bush has been a little frustrating. But, like, seriously, once you get into the secondary, those motherfuckers can't tackle worse shit. Like, they can't at all. The secret to running on the Steelers is to be just good enough to get you past that first level. And then...
And Dalvin Cook is definitely a guy that can do that and does that repetitively.
Yeah, and like the adjustments in the second half, slowing it down. Like, yes, that was a really good move on Pittsburgh's part, but I mean, yeah, it's just it's still a very stout defense. It's just like I said, if you can scheme up just getting you that first hole to run through, and that dude that's running the ball is just fast enough to just shoot way up there, then gone 15 yards. Here you go. Here's 15 yards right there for you. And that's what they did for that whole first half of the game. That's why Dalvin Cook was like, oh, he's back, baby. It's like, yeah, a little bit of that. Like, not to take anything away from an objectively top 5 running back in the league.
Sure.
But, it's just, I mean, it's also, they
what
did a
was
pretty good job of getting them out there.
I think it was Weeds in our chat here. Weeds, I think it might have been you I think either Wednesday night or Thursday night. You pissed off Raj, or I think it might have been last night, because you pissed off Raj and he was like, we're not doing no bullshit Dalvin Cook shoulder narrative or shoulder harness narrative, because remember that game where Dalvin Cook played in a shoulder harness and just fucking went ham.
Yeah, it was that wild card game. Yeah, that was
a wild card game. Yeah, it's January 2nd or some shit like that, something like that. Like it was a wild card game. Like, Dude, as soon as that was typed in the chat yesterday, and I was the only panelist on Minnesota, everybody wanted to be on Pittsburgh. I fucking told y'all. Like, told y'all. Like,
If the Steelers had actually participated in the first half of the game, I think they would have won. But unfortunately, it took until the third quarter for them to be like, "Oh shit, this game counts."
What up,
Oh
J-Lo?
no! And then they decided to actually, "Oh, what up, dude? Hey." But yeah, God, that whole thing was fucking. I have way too many thoughts on this game that we could spend the next hour on that. But I'll spare the public my
Like
thoughts.
Chase Claypool, first down. There's a whole discussion there. Let's talk about that.
That was stupid. Okay.
I agree.
Can't do
Twitter,
it.
Twitter making a big deal about that. I'm like, you know how many every wide receiver does that. Like,
no, absolutely they do.
People are just on Claypool's head because of the whole Coach Tomlin, please play music in practice thing. Like, ever since then, everyone's on Claypool's head about everything. Because it's like, when you're a Steelers wide receiver, you're expected to be this mature, like, like you're expected to be an alpha. Like what the outside world holds you to, the standard that you're held to is, it's that Hines Ward type of legacy that you're stepping into when you step into that position for that franchise. It's the TikTok curse, him and Juju. Oh my gosh.
No.
TikTok? Is that what all the kids do on TikTok? I think that's what they do.
I don't.
Heaven knows what they do.
No idea how it works.
3/4 of America's butt hurt at something about something. Yes, this is very true. 3/4 of America's butt. Everyone's butt hurt about something. Come on now, like we're human.
Exactly. That's how that works.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like fucking what? Not like 6+ billion people in the world. Like, of course, everyone's butt hurt about something different. I'm passionate about pollution. I want to drive my Ferrari. Well, fuck it. Like, let's see here. My really quick. My Thursday night takeaways are in regards to like if Minnesota makes the playoffs or not, and how far this team can go. This is the first one and done team. When that playoff schedule pops up, and if they somehow get in, they're one and done. I don't think that they get in. I don't feel this team has been in just way too many close games to really wholeheartedly believe they can have long-term survival throughout the playoffs. I just don't see it. I don't see Kirk Cousins. Everyone shits on Kirk Cousins in prime time, and yes, cool. Last night is a prime time win for him. Everyone shits on Kirk Cousins in prime time. Imagine what the jokes and the memes are going to be when he loses in the playoffs. Losing in the playoffs. I don't think that this guy ever gets this franchise a ring. I don't think that Kirk Cousins ever gets a ring.
His contract's up after this year, right? So they either have to pay him or he's going to move on. And maybe new coaching staff coming in. There's a pretty good chance that he's going to be playing elsewhere. Maybe the Broncos will get him.
Goes back to
Shout out Broncos. or goes back to Washington. Who knows?
No, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't put ourselves through that.
Should have never let him go the first time, man. I'm just saying.
I bet money AZ loses, by the way. They can't beat the Rams. Why would you bet against your own team? Holy shit.
Being cynical about your own favorite team is perfectly normal behavior.
It just helps if they lose, then later, then you're like, see, I called it. And if they win, then you're like, oh, well, I messed up, but hey, my team won. So either way, you're a winner.
Yeah. Never get your hopes up. Just hedge your bet one way or the other. Yeah, exactly.
Nope. I don't even put myself through those emotions, even though I did bet Washington these last 3 weeks. I broke my own commandments, but it happens. Hell, fuck it. But yeah, I don't think that Minnesota can go very far. I don't see it happening. Let's see here. We do
Speaking of Washington,
Yeah.
Hey, segue.
I was like trying to think of like something like clever to say. I was like, fuck, don't have it right now. We do have NFC East rivalry week. It is pretty much rivalry week all across the NFL this week with a couple of different games, but this one has historic precedence to it.
The DMV gonna be popping this weekend, dude.
Bro,
oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh man.
I wish I was home.
Dude, it's gonna be so cool. Bars are just gonna be fucking packed for this shit. Like, I'll tell you, man. Oh, dude, it's
the amount of beautiful World Star videos we're gonna get out of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This game hits different. It just
it is. People are gonna be drunk. People are gonna be fighting. It's just gonna be crazy. It's gonna be Washington hosts Dallas. Who wins this game and why? Herms.
Man, I'm from around here. I can't give a unbiased answer. You know what I mean? I've abandoned the Washington football team. They no longer have my support. Okay, but at different times and my past, they've been the NFC team of choice for me. So, I've witnessed this game a time or two, and I'll tell you, I mean, it's difficult because we get clean sweeps of the series every now and then, but they usually split. Yeah. So it's I would probably say, and
everyone gets heated and pissed off in the area for all for it to end up splitting 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. And so this is not based on any sort of stats, analytics, whatever. I'm just going full narrative with my thought process here and my take. Just Washington's probably going to win this one. And then I feel like the second one is just going to be the death blow to their playoff chances, just because that's just how this works. You know what I mean? No, because
typically that's how it works for Washington. Yeah.
So it's just like they've been on a hot streak recently. It's gonna, maybe keep going, whatever. And then when it finally counts down, it's just I feel it in my bones that this.
But is that also Dallas? That's also Dallas's thing too, though. Like Dallas also does that too.
Yeah, and I don't know, but so ignoring just the weird, fun, soap opera version of this, if I'm going to give an actual opinion about it, this really comes down to Heineke's ability to not turn the ball over at critical moments, because we've seen it different times.
Don't farve it.
Yeah, and he has a really hard time fitting the football into extremely tight windows when he has to, and those do kind of lead to those tip pass, you smack your forehead and say what the fuck, type turnovers. So it's just if he can avoid that, I think they have a good chance at being able to win the game. But also, it was even in the chat there, Antonio Gibson owning Dallas or whatever, it's just
it's a real thing.
Yeah, and not only that, but look at for those of you just playing along at home, if you're on your computer right now, it's open up another tab, keep this window open, just open up another tab, look up Antonio Gibson's stats after the Washington football team bye week, because if you take a look at that, they have trusted him with mammoth workloads on a week to week basis. The key to them to really be able to keep this game in check is to keep the ball out of Heineke's hands as much as possible and just put the rock into Gibson's hands and just let him do that shit. Also, keep in mind, it seems that J.D. McKissick will be able to go, which really helps. So just if they can just deploy shit in, short area, do that type of stuff. Don't chuck it down far. Don't do too much dumb shit. And then also just turn around and hand it to that dude 25 times or whatever. It's I think they're going to have a good time, but it's a matter of them being able to control, because the minute the Washington football team loses control, Dak and that offense can fire bullets at will if they're clicking. And, in this type of game with this type of robbery, I mean, bro, everybody's going to be playing with a little extra pep in their step. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody coming into this fucking around. So, it's going to be it's going to be something. So
Arby's is not paying me to sip this sweet tea right now, just so everyone knows. I know that y'all saw the logo, and I was like, oh, shit.
Sponsored by Red's Wicked Apple. There we go.
YouTube, it's not paid promotion. Relax.
But yeah, those are my thoughts as a DC area native.
Gibson 3 TDs in Dallas last Thanksgiving. This is correct. This is correct. Make sure you guys spike the like button and remember to share the content if you have not
He's
already.
key to this whole thing.
Yeah, he is. He is. I get the keys. Gary, what do you think?
So, God, I think it's going to be closer than maybe people are going to think. I mean, my gut was when the road team comes in to your house and they're a 4.5 point favorite. That's tough to see if you're the home team. And I just like Dallas's weapons. They have all their what's his name's back, Cooper's back, and Gallup's back, and CeeDee Lamb, and they just got too much firepower over there. But if I was betting, though, I think I'd bet Washington football team in the points.
That's right.
I think it's going to be 4.5. Sounds like a lot to me, for as close as this could be, especially if we jump on the narrative of what Herms was saying, and they get on a good roll and they run the ball and they keep it. They keep it out of Heineke's hands and they just control the clock that way. Keep it close. Stuff can happen.
It's gonna be this is gonna be a battle of ground control. I feel, between Zeke and Gibson. As much as there's the hype surrounding the receiving cores around this matchup. Going into what you were saying, Gary, I don't think that either team wants either quarterback to have the ball. So they're just going to keep it on the ground on offense. They're just going to keep pounding, sprinkle in a couple of passes here and there. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a total of 40 attempts between both quarterbacks, 40, 45 attempts between both quarterbacks.
I think I'd feel better too if Pollard was. I think Pollard's, they say, he's questionable, probably leaning more towards doubtful.
Yeah.
If both of those guys are playing, he's tough. I mean, Zeke is Zeke, but you got arguably, Pollard. I don't want to say it, but some people might say that he's the better back of the two.
He's the better back. Yeah.
If we ask Bo,
Bo make big time. He's one of those people who would say that.
Exactly. No,
cheers to Bo.
Exactly. Hey, cheers. By the way, this beer that I'm drinking, this Christmas ale, is good. I'm not saying that I go out of the studio right now and go fucking lick my Christmas tree, but that's what this tastes like.
Sounds very unappealing.
Nah, man, it's actually pretty good.
That depends. I mean, do you have an artificial tree? Is this an actual tree? Because if it tastes like artificial tree, then I'm out.
No, it tastes like it smells like it's a really good. It's a really good beer.
I've never really licked a tree, so maybe I don't really know. Maybe there's some flavor in there that's just kind of underrated. I don't know.
I live in Colorado. We get into a lot of
we
get into a lot of hippie shit out here in Colorado, bro.
Too soon.
I just can't believe we came back down from 29 to zip. Though it was a loss, I feel we should get credit to, but gotta play 4 good quarters to win it for every team. Yeah, that is correct. That is correct, Steelers Nation. But I think that Dallas the Dallas gets the dog shit beat out of them. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think Gibson is just going. He turns up for this game. Washington is one of those teams that when this game comes around, they will turn up for this game. You even go back to those, and I hate to bring it up, but those Jason Campbell years. You go back to those. Yeah, you go back to those Patrick Ramsey years. And our record was terrible underneath those guys. But the games, Gus. Like the games that we would win would be those Dallas games. So this team transforms when they're playing Dallas. They know how important this is for the area. I'm going Washington. And honestly, while Washington are the underdogs right now for all my bettors out there, while Washington is a dog right now, if Washington goes out beats Dallas this week, look for them to be favorites pretty much going down the rest of the slate. Are they on a
4-game win streak or 3?
4-game win streak? 4-game win streak. So their odds come closer and closer with each win. They're becoming more and more close with their competition. So this is probably the last week that you're going to be able to play them as dogs. Like, this is it. This is it. Like, because probably after that, you have Giants, Eagles. You have to pretty much go through like the rest of the division, and then you get Dallas one more time. You're probably going to be staring at Washington being heavy favorites rest of their schedule. So Dallas will smoke the no-name team, Robbie. What is the GM waiting for? There are plenty of names up in the air to think about for a team. Look, you got to do like a whole social media hype video, and then you got to do all this stuff, and then you got to also get the merch licensing, and there's a whole lot of legal stuff. You can't just be like, oh, this is our new name. Like, we lost one, and now we can get it. Like, there's
all right, we're the Kangaroos now. All right, let's go. Hippity hop. Ooh,
good night, mate. I'd be happy with that.
Hello, welcome to the Washington Football Team Stadium, home of the Kangaroos.
just more reasons for us to appropriate someone else. Why not?
Maybe that's your dream job, Herms. You can go work for the Washington Football Team with that accent, calling the games.
Kangaroos.
Zach, I will be the one-man Australian broadcast.
Oh my gosh! Hey,
Órale, how you doing? How you doing, everybody? ¿Cómo estamos?
Hey, hip hip.
Bien.
Hey.
I'll grab a beer during the break. I just got myself pretty for you guys. ¿Cómo estamos? How we doing?
Bien.
Bien.
Good.
Bien. And for the record, I would go to space in a heartbeat.
Hey, there it is.
So I think we would all go play in space. Well, Gary, I think he said he'll keep his 2 feet on the ground.
Yeah, I'm staying. I'll hit you guys up afterward. You can check out I'll check out your pictures. I'll get onto your Instagram, Robbie, and check out your stuff.
See, here's the thing that I'm worried about me going is that would be the scary movie that I would definitely die in.
Yeah, I saw a movie called Alien or something, and it was. I don't remember. I don't remember how it ended, but I don't think it ended well for the humans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Still,
what sound do they make? What sound do they make? They make some like weird ass sound. I can't.
I don't know.
Who allowed me to have a podcast? Like God.
Well, that's the beauty of YouTube. Anybody, anywhere, create an account today and make sure to subscribe to the Rumboyz Fantasy Network.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, familia.
Yo, the amount of times that people are like, oh man, like I'd love to check out your content. I don't have a YouTube account. If you have a freaking Gmail, you have a YouTube account.
Yep.
Stop lying to people. All of you out there that lie to people, that lie to YouTubers, like, oh yeah, well, I don't have a YouTube account. Stop it. It's 2021. Be about to be 2022. We've caught on.
And it's free.
Yeah,
all you pay for is just pay with your information. Your personal information is all you got to pay.
You don't even
have anyway.
Look.
And it's already, that money's been spent everywhere.
Just fast forward to our ads, all right, and just watch all of our ads. Fuck it. Jorge, give us your take on Washington. We're in at Washington. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love that game. I think I put on on Twitter earlier that I'm picking Washington in that game. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a field goal game. Could go either way, and I still have the memory of Antonio Gibson on Thanksgiving last year, just going hog wild on the Cowboys. Now I know they've made some upgrades to the defense, but still. I think, and the way they've been using Antonio Gibson, I think it's just going to be it's going to be a fun game. And Herms, any chance you're going out there?
I will not be doing that. No, I mean, like, those tickets get real expensive, man. I've always wanted to go, but it's just like, dude, the only chance I ever end up going to one of those games is if I'm invited by someone else. So, like, I'm not going to foot the bill for that.
Herms, why are you commenting? I appreciate you dropping a view, but like the troll yourself. Can you self-troll yourself? Like, is that Inception?
That Herms guy has a point, though. It's just like,
look, I may or may not have inhaled some things before this show that, like, I may or may not be too high to comprehend what the fuck just happened there. Because
hopefully it wasn't toxic fumes, Robbie.
Oh no! I live in Colorado. We do the good shit here.
Okay.
We're classy. Yeah. Keep that down, like I don't know, fucking New Mexico or something. Gosh, I'm gonna roll with these jokes tonight, man. It's bad. But no, Jorge, you said you were commenting on the Dr. Roto tweet that you love Washington as the best bet of the weekend.
It is my best bet of the weekend, and I just think, in fact, my primos and I, we always do a 4-team parlay where the four of us all pick our favorite game, and it's that one. I think the Washington defense has been playing better of late, which is strange since Chase Young is hurt, and then and Taylor Heineke just seems to do just enough. I don't know if they win, but I really do think they cover. It's home. I love home underdogs. That's the other thing.
That's true.
I love home
Yeah.
underdogs. It's going to be a little weather. It's also there's going to be weather's going to be a little bit of a factor. The Cowboys are a dome team, so I love that pick. I love that pick. Plus, I need Antonio Gibson.
I can feel me placing a bet already now.
Dude, hey, think about it. Think about it. And then defensively, we talked about the running back matchup in this game. But really quick, Jamin Davis and Micah Parsons. Those dudes have been, especially their last like 5 games, like their last like real like good body of work, their midseason body of work for both of them. It's just like they're both flying around making so many plays. Like Jamin definitely took longer than Micah for damn sure to like catch up to the speed of the game. But now that you see it and you see how fluid he's moving on the field, this is gonna be a good one.
I agree.
I'm gonna get classic Washington DC fucked up on Sunday. Like it's a shame that I live in Colorado and I can't just wake up early enough to hop on my boat and go sail the Potomac, because I'd come right back, drop some fresh crab in the pot, and we'd be ready to go. Herms, you know the vibes, bro.
Ooh.
Sunday sounds like a gumbo day. Sunday
sounds like
a
buddy.
gumbo day.
Woo! Yes,
Sunday sounds like a fucking gumbo day, bro.
Oh yes. Oh
Have
yeah.
yourself a feast, my guy.
Nice and crisp and everything.
For those that have never been to DC, like New Orleans talks about their gumbo, but our gumbo in DC is something else. We do a little something different. It's just
we don't fuck
different.
around.
Yeah, no. Let's see here. Where's my time? Okay, so actually, Jorge, you hopped in like right at the perfect time. Oh wait, this is how we get into the second half. Should I start the Chargers defense over the Bucks defense this weekend? Ask Ken Ruby. Jorge, you take this one, right?
I'm actually going to be at the game, the Charger game. Not Tampa. I'm going to be I'm going to the Charger game. So Chargers and Giants. You know what? I got this question earlier, comparing Chargers and Tennessee, and I mean, I actually sneaky think that Saquon's going to have himself a game. I think he's going to get a lot of targets in that game, and the Chargers have been they've been susceptible on the ground, but they've also been susceptible through the air by the running backs. Bucks defense. Here's the thing. I think they're going to get a lot of sacks in that game, and their secondary has gotten a little bit healthy. And I think there's going to be a lot of passes in the air, and I think there's going to be some hits on Josh Allen. I think he's going to have a big game, but I think he's going to hits on Josh Allen. He's going to get a couple picks, so I'm taking the Bucs defense. Plus, it's going to be like a 50 or 60 degree difference in temperature for the Bucs 6 days later.
Yeah,
Uh,
obviously, it's going in the right direction.
Okay, I like it. I like that, Gary.
I mean, I always hate, benching kind of real elite defenses like the Bucks, but I think the Chargers is Jake Fromm starting for the Giants this Sunday? Glennon is going to, I didn't know if he was healthy. I mean, still, if you have that guy, when you got the inexperienced guys like that under center, I just like the matchup for them. I know the Barkley thing, that makes a lot of sense. After you started saying that, Jorge, I'm like, I don't know who I would do now, but I'm just going to go with what my gut said when this question first came up, and I think I might sneak the Chargers. Now, I wouldn't want to cut the Bucks to do so, though. I'd want to still keep them on my roster, but if you have a choice to have two, and you want to, roll the dice on it, could be worse matchups.
Big facts. Herms.
I mean, when it comes to this type of stuff, I really enjoy looking at Football Outsiders DVOA, and
Yes.
and for those of you that are unfamiliar with that metric, go to their website. They explain it all. It's super cool. They're going to be able to do a better job of explaining it than I can because I'm an idiot. But
it's
I'll tell you what,
it's lineman breakdowns. It's lineman.
yeah,
stuff.
I mean it's really interesting too. Their rushing defense DVOA is just gosh, and to be fair, they've had some injuries on that defensive front throughout the season. So I mean, like I get it, but at any rate, the fact that no matter who's under center between Glennon or Fromm, I mean we know it's going to be Glennon, but just saying for the larger purpose, like they were going to rely upon the running game for this anyway. You know what I mean? Like it was just going to happen regardless because for as banged up as the quarterback room is, I mean, like if you've seen the wide receiver core,
oh gosh,
so, like,
it's just as bad.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, and for as and even kind of talking about earlier, like, yes, the Bills are incredibly good that, Josh Allen will still have himself a very good game, but the Bucs are kind of like in an opposite situation where it's like, not only is their rush defense extremely good, but can anybody on this panel name me a Bills player that they trust to run the football?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Vanilla Bay. There you go. So
Hold on,
that's kind of the.
Jorge, are you trying to give you a high five? I don't think Jorge's.
Yeah,
there you go. All right, there y'all go. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just like by virtue of that alone, you're gonna get a greater amount of safety from the Bucs defense because in the fantasy scoring, like yards allowed is kind of a big thing or whatever. So it's like, yes, I mean, there's still a chance for, high passing yardage totals, but there's not really going to be a lot of rushing yards from anybody besides Josh Allen. So it's just like, I don't know, they can apply a lot of pressure and make things hectic for him. I don't really see the Chargers being able to do the same. But the question's valid. I mean, like just in terms of the matchups this week and all this stuff, it's closer than it would be ordinarily. So that's kind of why I wouldn't drop the Bucs either. But
I'm gonna play the Bucs. I'm gonna play the Bucs. Like just whether everything how shitty the Bills have been lately. I'm gonna go with the Bucs. And yes, BKB, R.I.P. Demaryius Thomas. We didn't last night. When that news broke, we didn't want to report it yet. Like that happened while we were on air. We didn't want to talk on it yet until we had all sources confirmed. And we had it confirmed in the middle of last night. So thoughts and prayers to the Thomas family. I know that's definitely been rocking this area like hard. Like you're seeing like RIP DT like drawing like the windows like the Chick-fil-A here and stuff. Like it's like he's a big piece here of Colorado. So hey, all love. And yes, Rumboyz for life.
Whoa, yeah. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, Thurman Thomas can run the ball. There we go. That's how the Bills get going.
They did trust him. They trusted him quite a bit to run the ball.
Once he found his helmet.
Let's go ahead. Let's get into halftime here. We're gonna get into the track. This is T Savvy with the homie Rich Dre, who is undergoing a rebranding. So all of his music will be underneath his new moniker. Make sure you guys check him out on Instagram and his Facebook like page and his Twitter, all that good stuff. Follow his journey. But cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do, dilly dilly. RIP DT. This is our halftime show. We will see you guys on the other side of this quick music video and commercial break.
I ain't waiting a second, I'm going in now. No freestyling, no this and pin pal shit. See, I don't make moves to get rich, shuffle quick. And I only fuck with bitches who be slobbing on her. I can get nasty, but I'm usually where the cash be. Rolling weed, sitting back, blowing shit to Cassie. I ain't doing it for the rich way, so I brought Rich Ray. When I come around like Dominic, look this way. Right into my own shit, I swear I be doing the most shit. Give you hits like Tyson and giving you vibes like Bryson. Certain things in life be so expensive, but I buy them. Certain things in life be so enticing, but I can't try them. You looking for what you looking for, yeah, I'm the item. I'll hold you down forever, you my nigga, yeah, item. I'm coming for what you say you hold, I'm all about it. Linked up, turn a beat up, now we clouded. Feet up on heat up, red Jordan ones. Niggas needing shows, I'm clapping shit, man, I'm the chosen one. Neck wrist on freezer like magnet. On my Taka and Chris Brown, I can handle it.
Let me handle it, smoking like the candle lit. Any beat I study, break it down and then dismantle it. Competition challenge it, I'm dealing with some damages. Juggle lot tonight, but now I'm learning how to manage it. I've been to the bottom of bottoms, I never been to the top. I pop some bottles with models, I see my friends getting shot. I sip and drown in my sorrows, I smoke a weed by the lot. I stand and post on the corner, you'll never look. I ball like a piston, you'll never play my position. You catching what I'm pitching, I'm switching, no contradiction. I'm fishing for opposition, no vision and optimism. I wish I was kinda different, but I know my mind is different. I see them bitches smiling, long as she happy. I'm on the beat violin with my nigga T Savvy. We go back in the day and bring the heat. Cali, you ain't got nothing to say. The nigga be silent. Hey buddy, don't say shit. Everybody cap, changing faces like a facelift. They think they all that. Trust me, bitch, you just basic. In 20 years, you'll be looking back, wishing to erase it.
And I'm too savvy, I'ma get it to the end of my days. And I'll be only blowing smoke if it's that Jenny A. You say you always keep a 9, but niggas, I always keep a 8. Niggas straight in my face with that cap, it's okay. Niggas stay with a fresh cut, need it, no way. I can't take these niggas serious like all the brothers wins. I just be adding up experience while I'm changing up my wins. And I got my own condo, so I just change it how it's laid.
And me? I'm never changing lanes. I got a better way to demonstrate and elevate the game. I keep a level-headed saying I told the devil pave the way. If ever I see there's a day, I'll disappear like David Blaine. I never had it from magic, I had to grab it from tragic. Sometimes I wish like Aladdin, get thrown the pits with the dragons. Imagine living in lavish, I wanna get it, I have it. I remember shit in the trash cans, in the trenches in Afghan. But I made it back to the States, made it back to being black. And now they laugh in my face. With all that's happened, it's so hard to say this place is so great. So on the track I found my faith and put my faith in the tape. Yeah.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a monkey knife fight.
And one day, they met one team partners in the NFLPA.
It's a match made in the pits of a monkey knife fight.
And everyone lived happily ever after.
Are you listening? This is big.
What is a monkey knife fight?
You know, it's thing monkeys, knives, you get it. Fantasy sports is monkey knife fight. And monkey knife fight is fantasy sports.
Monkey Knife Fight is daily fantasy.
Monkey Knife Fight in the house.
I am Monkey Knife Fight. You are Monkey Knife Fight. We are all Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight.
You have the NFLPA behind the company.
It's exciting for me to be a part of fantasy sports.
When I think of fantasy sports, I think of beating all my buddies year in and year out and being able to brag about it.
We're not just partners in it.
We're owners.
And it feels awesome to be an owner.
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
We've been saving you a seat at the table, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the one team and NFLPA family.
Monkey Knife Fight. Welcome to the family, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the game, Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight!
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
Monkey Knife Fight! Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife...
Monkey knife fight, 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 monkey knife fight. Sharp. Those skills are sharp, baby. Woo!
Get on over to monkeyknifefight.com, or you can download the Monkey Knife Fight app, available on both iOS and Android. Make sure when you sign up to use our promo code Rumboyz. That's Rumboyz in all caps, as you see it on the screen, and well, you spelled it in your YouTube search bar. Make sure you guys get on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Promo code Rumboyz for all your daily fantasy prop needs. We're gonna match you on your very first deposit up to $100. So like the crew has got your back, and we're gonna be helping you guys with the best advice that we could possibly drive home, so that you can win some shmoney over there on your daily fantasy props. Because we know that you guys care about your fantasy football. We know that you guys care about your money. Promo code Rumboyz. Sounds like a late night.
Wait, what was that, Herms?
Promo code Rumboyz.
Did you say promo code Rumboyz?
Yes, I did. That is
okay. That's what I thought I heard. I wasn't quite sure. Just wanted to make sure. Just make sure there was no.
And I get it. You know,
well, or it could read it there on the screen.
Subliminal, so that when when you wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, you end up going promo code Rumboyz, and you go to your phone and boom, put it
better
right
make
there.
a deposit. They'll match up to $100.
Hey, all right, real life. This is a real life true story. So a couple of weeks ago for the fights, for the Canelo fight, I had already put in a bet for Canelo, right? Already put in a bet for Canelo. Put my phone down, face down on the nightstand, and pass out. I don't know how. I don't remember. In my dream, I was betting. I wake up. The next morning, I go in to check my bet slips. I go in, to check. I wanted to see, any odds and shit, because I was about to place another one, just double down. Anyways, we all knew that Canelo was going to win. Viva la Mexico, baby.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, where the fuck did this $25 bet come from? I'm like, yo, like,
Robbie, I think we need to have a talk.
Bro, I've ordered food in my sleep. I've woke up the next day, opened my front door, and there's Carl's Jr. sitting right there from DoorDash.
Oh no!
Oh my god, dude!
And I'm like, what? I'm like, how much did I smoke? Like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ, man, this is not good.
Bro.
Did you eat it? That's the other question.
Yeah, I ate it. I apparently she was a bacon western, the bacon western barbecue burger. Of course, you're gonna eat a bacon western.
Oh yes.
Oh, and it was still warm. It was still warm. So I was like, I must have not have bro. They shout out DoorDash, shout out DraftKings, shout out to my sleep. Who knows?
Shout out Monkey Knife Fight, promo code Rumboyz.
Shout out Monkey Knife Fight, yeah. So who knows? You might actually end up betting in your sleep and haven't used our promo code.
So you're Carl's Jr. there the next day or whatever, and it was still warm a little bit. I take a drive-through. I come home, my burger's cold, my fries are soggy. I go Carl's Jr. DoorDash.
Right? DoorDash, yeah, man.
Those drivers are fast.
Let's get back into the show. They are, bro. They are. Let's get back into the show. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the rum boys and girls. What it do? Dilly.
Sports.
And
salud.
This question, I promise I did have planned for Ken to drop his fantasy football defense question at the time that he did. It just happened that way. The Buffalo Bills take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this weekend.
They do.
How ironic we're getting into talking about this game. Should Bills Mafia begin worrying, or can this team make it to a Super Bowl? Or will Josh Allen ever win a Super Bowl for this franchise? It's been a rough road these last couple of games. Not exactly one of the highest scoring offenses. What are your thoughts, Herms? We start with you, brother.
Oh, okay. Bigger picture Bills talk. It's tough to do, honestly, because and I believe I mentioned on the show
they've never won a ring.
Sure, yeah, and I think I've mentioned it on this program before, but if I haven't, fun fact about me, my first ever dynasty league that I joined, I was in a mock draft chat. Like on ESPN, like during the summer or whatever, just like some random screen names going, like, this conversation was
if
fun.
you say Jim Kelly,
No. So
Okay.
but not nearly that cool. But but it was just like I had a good
That's
time.
before I
talking to
even
these-
started playing Jim Kelly. What's
But I had a fun time talking to these dudes.
John
And, oh
B.
shit! What up? Hey.
What's up, gang? I had to pop in, say hi. I missed the It's a Vibe Tuesday, so I had to pop into Rumboyz. How's it going, George?
Good, baby. Muy bien.
Nice. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Rumboyz.
I love that
But,
fucking shirt, by the way.
Dude, well, check this shit out. It's official BJ Straight Islander shirt. Oh, can you not see?
Hey. Yeah, I can
Oh
see
yeah,
this on-
that's the homie. That's the guy.
Yeah,
That's
he works for him. He worked for
my
him.
day. That's my day one. That's my boy. So I had to represent.
I'm sorry. Herbs, continue. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
No, so just like talking to they were cool. So I was just like, hey, yo, here's my Instagram handle. Like, let's just put together a league. So now half of my dynasty league is up in the Buffalo area. Half of them is just some friends of mine from around here. So the reason I say that is just because otherwise I wouldn't have any reason to pay attention to the Bills. But I've become friends with these people, and I'll always ask them hey, yo, vibe check on the Bills, dude, and they're under the and I'm speaking from their perspective because again, I implicitly trust an informed fan opinion over my own if I don't live anywhere near that market. Just 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Their whole thing is just if we can just solidify X, Y, and Z, and one of those things is obviously the rushing attack. It's a big problem. We kind of clowned it a little bit earlier before the break, but it's true. That is a pretty big problem. They're going to need to establish something of some sort if they're going to be able to do that this year. Anyway, I mean, moving forward, they'll probably address the position in the offseason. It wouldn't surprise me to see them bring in somebody I could see Melvin Gordon expressing interest in going there on a 1 or 2 year deal, something like that, or they could possibly, just invest some draft capital into it. I don't know that they would go above and beyond and maybe, invest in something crazy like Breece Hall or whatever. I think they would probably, try and go a little bit further down on day 2 to address some of that stuff, just because, there are other holes they have to fill, especially, because, they're still assembling that front seven. That's a really big part of it as well. But at any rate, I don't know about this year, but I think if anything, we can safely say that the Bills have been trending in the right direction. I think Josh Allen year over year has just showed massive strides in his improvements. And, it's just even though his numbers aren't as gaudy this year as they were last year, we're still seeing a guy that feels comfortable in his shoes, knows what the fuck he's doing, and can sling that rock when he needs to. So it's just honestly, if things continue to trend in this direction, yes, I could see them doing well. The only thing that kind of trips them up, at least in their own division, is the fact that the Patriots seem to be a little resurgent, and I'm sure John B will have something to add to that later. So I'll spare that. I'll leave a little bit out there for I'll leave that out there for you to talk about. But yes, I mean, if they keep going at the rate that they're going, I do think that Josh Allen will be able to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. So you got Jay Allen bringing them there first. Okay.
Probably not this year, but at some point within the next 5, maybe.
Okay, I like it. That area has been through a lot of heartbreak, so that's why this is always. I feel like we always revisit this question at least once a year. Will the Bills ever do it?
Yeah, Bill's vibe check. You have to do
Bill's vibe check. I should just go back through all of our content, chop up every time we fucking brought this up. Jorge, because go ahead.
Josh Allen. Well, Josh Allen is legit. I mean, he's top 5 talent at the quarterback position. I mean, I think his year is a little bit of a step back, but he just was so incredible last year. I think it's always what last year is always going to be in there. I think we got to get him some more help. I'd love to get him a running game. I don't think that running game is in that room right now. But I think they'll win one. I am worried for Bills Mafia for this year though, because honestly, I feel like after losing to the Patriots in a home game, so now they got to go to New England after that. So that one's what worries me for Bills Mafia, because oh man, just have to go out there one more time and if they don't win that one, but I think they got to. And actually, right now with this one, it's kind of like it's definitely desperation mode. If they pull out this one, it'll be because Josh Allen has one of those like 350 to 400 yard, 3 to 4 touchdown kind of games. So I wouldn't put it past them. I'm not expecting it though.
Gary.
So yeah, they got an uphill climb this year, and I agree. If they're going to win, Josh Allen's going to have to put that team on his back and just go nuts. And it could happen. We've seen it happen, and we know what he's capable of. I'm worried that they're playing the Buccaneers on the road, and then they have to play the Patriots on the road, and in between that, they get a home game against the Panthers. So they easily have a 1-2. You know what I mean? It's not any stretch of the imagination they could go 1-2, and that puts them at what, like 8-7 or something. I mean, they're a fringe playoff team this year, and as far as the big overall question, can they win a Super Bowl? I believe they can. This year would be tough. Everything like what Herms and Jorge said, they need to get that running back in there and kind of balance the game out a little more, keep Josh Allen from having to run the ball himself, and they can do it if they make the right moves. Last year they were really close with the bad running game and all that. They played right up to the end. So yes, I believe they could do it.
John?
I agree with everybody here. I love Josh Allen. I love the Bills. I love what they've built. I think they're doing it correctly. You go get your quarterback, you hit on the guy, and then you build around him. And they went and got Stephon Diggs. They tried to give him weapons. They're addressing it the way they need to. Defense is always going to be nasty for the Bills. It's just kind of how they operate. I think they need to retool a little bit. But Sean McDermott will always have that defense humming on a different level. So can they get over the hump? That's always every question every franchise has to ask that is, can we win a Super Bowl? I think Josh Allen, top 5 talent. I think the Bills are a great franchise, but can they win a Super Bowl? Can Josh Allen put the team on the back and take it all the way? Can Sean McDermott coach his way all the way to a Super Bowl? There's a lot of factors that go into this. And to me, the Bills is just, they would have to get a very hot, streaky, lucky stretch, which can happen. And we've seen Josh Allen do that. It's like, I can, is it in the cards? Yeah, of course it is. But am I going to bet? It's certainly not this year. Next year, it's going to be tough. And now all of a sudden you have the Patriots resurging. Jets are the Jets. Dolphins, Jets are the Jets. Dolphins are doing their thing down there. So the division's not getting easier. I think it's more of an uphill climb than Bills Mafia wants to admit that, the next 5 years, this is your window. You got 5 years to go win a Super Bowl, in my opinion. And it's not a year ago, it looked a lot easier. This year going forward, it looks tougher now. It looks a lot tougher. And last year, if you asked me this last year, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Bills are going to run this division for the foreseeable future. Everything's going to be kosher. But like the NFL, it moves quick. And all of a sudden, the AFC East is a tight division. And so I think it's going to be hard to come out of there and get that bye week, which I think would be crucial for the Bills. They want to make a Super Bowl run. Getting that initial bye week, you need. Ask any team, any pro will tell you that rest and that preparation is important if you're going to make that final push. And if you're in a tough division, it's going to be hard to win that bye. So they have 5 years to figure it out. Can they do it? Can Josh Allen get hot? For sure. Am I going to bet on this 5-year window for Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl? Probably not. But I wouldn't be shocked. It's just, I think he has the talent to get there, but there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Yeah, I think that even if this team were to get there with any time within the foreseeable future, I feel like that curse. I'm gonna go completely narrative streak here. I like to live on narrative street occasionally, and just that curse looms over. You're a Sox fan, so you're gonna understand what I'm about to say.
Oh, yep. Hit me with it.
The roof. Remember the roof? How long it took to break the Babe curse, bro? Like I think Bills kind of have like a Babe curse over them. Like maybe not like surrounding like a player or like a trade or anything, but like they're just one of those teams like they've been around for so damn long, and it's like, when does it come? When does a Super Bowl come for you? And I don't know if it ever does.
all those ghosts of the 1990s just looming.
I
get bummed out thinking about Bill Buckner. I'd be super bummed out if I think about going to the Super Bowl that many times in a row and losing that many times.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, I give Bills fans so much credit. They on low key probably went through some of the most heartbreak out of any sports franchise I can think of. It's crazy. Crazy.
Scott Norwood. Come on. Man.
I mean, that's coming from a Sox fan who, again, I got lucky that when I was growing up, they sort of blew up, but I hear stories from my uncles and my dad. And it's just like, man, it was no fun being a Red Sox fan in the 70s and 80s. It wasn't. And then, so I get Bills are kind of in that same ilk, man. It's just tough. Oh, the Cubs curse. Yeah, the Cubbies. That one's bad.
I'm always
that one's really bad.
I'm always going to be the analyst. I'm always going to be the analyst in our industry that is like, yes, I believe in curses. Yes, a curse has something to do with it. Like,
gotta burn some stage, just wave that around.
I mean, there is something to be said about the pressure, right? Like, you can say maybe they're not cursed, but you can certainly say there's something to be said with the pressure and the stress that comes with being in that game. And in a franchise like the Bills, if they make it to the Super Bowl, think about the pressure that's going to be on Josh Allen to win it. Like, there's something to be said there. That might not be a curse. That might not be anything else, but that is an intangible thing that you can't. It's just you can't put a value on it. There is gonna be outside pressure to win the Super Bowl on a different level. And you have to ask yourself: can the team get through that? Can Sean McDermott coach through that? Those are all those things that
the Sabres are horrible. They have no other professional franchise. I mean, that is what Buffalo does. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like some other city where it's just like, shit. Like,
there's a Buffalo's New Atlanta. Buffalo's New Atlanta.
Buffalo. Yeah, so I listen. I hope they win it for the fans. I love Buffalo, the city. I love the fan base. I hope they get it. They deserve it. If any fan base deserve it, they're rabid fans, man. They deserve it. So that would be fun. That parade through Buffalo, if the Bills win, would be out of control.
Tables would be broken. Tables would be sold at an all-time low at fucking Walmart, bro. Roll back like a mug, dude.
I'm buying stock in folding tables if they win the Super Bowl. 100%. I'm buying stock. I don't know what the company is. Rubbermaid. All right, I'm buying stock in Rubbermaid. 100%.
Bro, straight up. So like this dude, I guess he recognized me from like a promo that I did out here, like where I was like passed out flyers for like Rumboyz around the city and shit for like a couple years ago. He was wearing his Bills hat. Me and the shorty, we were out for like a couple of drinks or whatever. Walks up to me and he's like, "Yo, you're Rumboyz Robbie." He's like, "I remember you." I'm like, yeah. He's like, I got one of your flyers a while back. He's like, "I'm still subscribed to your channel." He's like, "Hey, man, what do you think the Bills' chances are this year?" And I just looked at him and I was like, "You want me to pay for that? You want to pay for the drink you're drinking now, or the one are you about to order?"
That's too funny.
And he just looked at me and he was like, "I'll buy you a drink. Thanks for being honest." Has the injury bug finally caught up to the Baltimore Ravens? They take on the Cleveland Browns, who are 6-6. Who wins this game and why? Also, is it time for the Browns to move on past Baker Mayfield? You're playing an NBA DFS, Swedes? Nice. Or either a hockey DFS. Which one? No, we start with you, John. Fuck. I don't know how to run the show anymore.
I guess let's see. How do I want to attack this question? Because I think Baltimore's offense is looking suspect. Do I think the injury bug has caught up to them? I don't know because
no more.
Yeah, I mean it's. I think that their offense was struggling before the injury bug even caught up to them. I think it's just I do think, losing J.K. Dobbins, losing Gus Edwards early in the season, like those injuries, sure, we can point back to and say that's why their offense is not the way it should be. But recently, I think it's just a scheme and an off. The offense just seems stagnant. They're trying to do too much. Lamar's trying to they're trying to turn nothing plays into home run plays. And it's like, listen, just give what a defense gives you, operate, and then the home run plays will come. And then you take your shots downfield, you do what you have to do in the run game, but they're not completing the easy stuff. That 2-point conversion of Mark Andrews was a wide open play to win the game. Like, you got to make these plays. Like, if you want to be an NFL offense, You have to make those plays. The call wasn't the wrong call. You just didn't execute the play. And so that's the problem with the Ravens offense right now is I think they just need to get back to basics and execute the offense on a basic level and then go from there. They're, to me, over the past 4 or 5 weeks, they just seem like there's some disconnect in that offense.
Lackadaisical.
Lackadaisical is good, sure. It's just there's something up. There's a funk in the offense there. It's hard to pinpoint one thing and say it's that, but it just doesn't feel right. And we all can watch it and know. Now so that being said, I think the Browns win this game. I think the Browns come out in a tough win in a defensive battle will win this game.
Let's visit Narrative Street really fast.
I love Narrative Street.
It's a little spooky, but the school district is great.
Great school district.
The taxes are high, though, Herms. That's why the taxes are high.
Hey, I tax the hell out of y'all on Narrative Street. Do you think that there is something going on behind the scenes that maybe like an argument or something? Because it seems like this offense hasn't been the same kind of since rookie Rashad Bateman has stepped into the fold, and the receivers haven't quite. It feels like been on sync.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm not going to sit here and say adding Rashad Bateman is detrimental to your offense. I think adding Rashad Bateman is good to your offense. I just don't know if they all know. Everyone needs to have their roles and schemes and sort of identity in an offense. Not everyone can be an alpha. Not everyone can be a number one. Not everyone can be this. And sometimes I think that there is going to be this tough dichotomy between Hollywood Brown and Rashad Bateman, where they're going to fight to try and be number one, where it's like, no, man, fill your roles and operate an offense correctly. There's enough targets. You can both eat in this offense. This offense, when potent, we've seen produce numbers. It's not that. And so I just think that they need to find themselves, find their identity and figure it out. It's tough throwing Rashad Bateman in mid-season, coming off an injury, rookie year. You're not going to expect the most out of them. It's just they need to have leadership and have some identity. It's a young offense. They need to figure things out. Whether it comes to Lamar or not, I don't know. Whether it comes to Harbaugh, something needs to click. There needs to be some sort of leadership in this offense for them to be the Ravens of old that we love. Those high-scoring, electric Ravens. The pieces are there on paper, so something's not, vibing.
Gary.
So I agree with John B. It's like something's wrong. I don't know what it is either. It's just looking at him. It's just not there. Something's not clicking yet. And so whatever it is, maybe we won't know. As far as this game though, I would take them over Cleveland. It's kind of the Lamar Jackson factor for me. It's like he can put the team on his back, like we were talking about Josh Allen, and go in and he could rush for 100 yards. I mean, at any game, I don't even know what his average is. It's probably 60 or 70 or something a game. I mean, he runs like crazy. And as far as even the players that they're running backs, like the next man up, I mean, they're like on their third or fourth next man up at running back, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It depends on where you count.
It's Freeman. It's Freeman still, I think. Yeah.
I was going to say Freeman. I think
Freeman and Lamberry. It's probably splitting.
Because what is it? Dobbins, Edwards. Then they gave Tyson that little run. Then they
why is Tyson in the doghouse, by the way? Why is Tyson? What happened? He had great week one. Looked explosive every time he touched the ball, and then all of a sudden he missed a couple blocks, and they throw him into the wolves.
He can't pass block, and they didn't require him to pass block at BYU. They never required him to pass block at BYU, so that's the thing.
That's fair, which is fair, but to totally take this guy out of your playbook to me seems a little asinine. Like I get he's not good at pass block. I get he's not good at pass pro. You know who is? All the freaking veterans that you signed off the street, they're all great at pass protection. Put them out there for pass pro. But when you need to get explosive play, when you need some explosive yardage, it's not Devonta Freeman. That's not the guy who's going to all of a sudden rip off an 80-yard run. It ain't that guy. I'll tell you that much. It ain't Lat Murray. He ain't all of a sudden going to rip off some big run and be this explosive playmaker for you. The only chance you had is maybe Tyson had a little bit of wiggle to him and had a little bit more than these guys. It's just crazy to me that I get it. He's bad at pass pro, but a good coach would find other ways to put the ball in his hands because he had a decent yards per carry. He was fine. He was okay.
Honest fantasy show, and I love it.
It's just weird to me. Something else must have happened other than bad pass protection for him to just be that. He must have bad practice habits. I don't know. There's got to be other things.
There's something, right? Because he looked way too good for.
There's no way you just see what he did in week 1, which is fine. I get it. You're bad at pass work. It's a rookie in week 1. Chalk it up to a learning experience. But then to just completely a healthy scratch, phase this guy off your team is just crazy to me. It's just crazy.
And why don't they work with him in practice and stuff?
100%.
Let's get you, step you up on this pass block. If this is your Achilles heel, let's work with you.
I know. Hold on. I know that there is one person. Okay, that on this panel, 100. I know 100% for a fact. There's one person on this panel that is going to relate to what I am about to say because they've worked with teams. They've worked with a major team. Okay. I'm calling you out, Jorge, and tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Okay. You know just as fucking well as I do, all right? That whole 2019 year when I had to prep for those interviews, the amount of times that I heard trainers and I heard scouts say they have to already be ready. It is not our job to get them up to speed. Was fucking astronomical. I was like, what? I'm like, what do you like? These are kids. Like they're adults. They're adults now. Like it's like the military. The best way I can compare it is to when I was in the military when they're like, "You're mine now. You ain't your mom or your dad. It's your mom now." It's like, oh fuck, I think you're right. Shit. like it's like yo, like.
It's totally sink or swim. It's you come up, you succeed, or if you don't. We're going to get somebody else. We're going to go to the next one. It is the next man up mentality to the nth degree.
How many players have you interviewed that were here today and gone tomorrow? Like done.
I can't tell you how many times exactly. I mean, there are times that I had to change content that I created because the guy got traded or sent down or went on the disabled list. I mean,
you walk in the clubhouse, you're like, "Where's so and so?" And they're like,
"Exactly."
Yo, he got cut, dude.
They went back down to Oklahoma City. Oh, dog. Go ahead.
I've seen guys walk out of a big league clubhouse, and and they know, and more importantly, they know that's the last time they're going to be in a big league clubhouse as a player.
You just walk past and like,
yep.
Me when I fucking interviewed Gary Jennings, like I just knew that it was the last time. I was like, this is it. Me when I interviewed Riley Ridley, this is it.
This is it. Yep. Well, he's still in the league. He's like at the end of a roster, but yeah, it's so true. I mean, they're gonna.
It's interesting.
You need to come up and succeed. If they invested a lot of draft capital in you, you get more chances at that point.
Mm-hmm. So I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, you're going to get the more chances, or if they invest, in baseball, if they invested a lot of high draft pick or a lot of free agent money in you, yeah, you're going to get the chance. But no, it's they need you to produce
grinder.
Right.
If you were fringe to begin with, you don't all of a sudden just get opportunities because like, oh, but he's a nice guy. It's just like, no, like, it's a business.
You got to come up and be a dog right away.
I mean, they can like you all they want. It's just, if you were fringe coming in, you're fringe going out. Like, that's just how that works.
Hey, but you're still going out.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, for those that are like the casual fan, and you're like, oh, why did this guy get cut? Or like, oh, why haven't we cut this guy yet? Or whatever the case. Like, I'm gonna put it to you like this. You know that person that shows up to your job and shows up into there's that. You know that person that comes to like your office or comes to your job and it's like, damn, like, Trey, he's a good guy and all, but like he always comes into work and like he always has like a shitty fucking vibe and a shitty attitude. But you know what? He does a good job. That's what the world of sports is like. You know what? They do a good job though. That is what it is. Like that person that you don't want to fucking be around at work, or like you're kind of like, damn. Like,
you can say whatever you want at the beginning and in the middle, but if it ends with "but they do a good job,"
hey, you know what? I've heard more than one scout say if you hit 30 bombs or win 20 games in the show, you could be an asshole.
Mhm.
If you can run for 200 yards or pass for 300 yards, you could be a jerk. You could be bad. You could be a bad guy. But
That's how Kurt Schilling made it.
Oh, that's the Boston shit.
Kurt Schilling is a piece of shit. Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
And that's a Red Sox fan talking.
Wow, yeah, that's coming from
that's a Bloody Sock Red Sox fan saying that. Yeah, I got no respect.
So did the injury bug catch up to Baltimore, and is it time for the Browns to pass, Jorge?
Well, I think the Browns are going to win this game. I think they're coming off of a bye. I think they're in at home, and with the injuries that have been piling up for the Ravens, I think it's going to be too much. I think it's going to be a better game. I think Lamar comes back a little bit. It comes back to himself, because it's been too long since he's been, and he's too talented to be bad. The NFL has not figured him out. So it's just a bad rut. But I think it sometimes it's just not your year. And it's tough. As far as Baker is concerned, it's one of those things. Unless I think they're going to give him every chance.
You have
his rookie contract. You can't, because there's nobody. Josh Allen isn't walking through the door.
Right. What's the alternative? That's what you always have to ask yourself.
This draft
What's the alternative?
Case Keenum.
Yeah.
This draft is dog shit QBs.
Right.
If there's any fucking dynasty analyst or any draft analyst, okay, that where this is the moment that I need J Love here, so I can be like, hey yo, go get on.
J Love's too busy watching film in the basement. He's doing his work right now. He's working.
He's preparing for the next season.
Yeah, he's already working on his top 500 list.
For those that don't know, our draft day analyst and fucking
J Love's a dog.
Him and Mike Clay just like
J Love's a dog. J Love's good.
I need to start
dog.
Yo,
he's a dog.
Dropping clips of like his draft analysis and like fucking Mike Clays and all the boys, because listen, the amount of shit that they get wrong and we be coming in hot, and that's when our sources actually choose to work with us a little bit more, because it's not like fucking crazy like information that they're giving out at that point. But like, yo, when I tell y'all, if there's anybody that tries to convince me there is a top fucking QB in this draft, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. Like, you're fucking wrong. There's not a QB in this draft that I look at that's like, you're winning a Super Bowl in your first 5 years.
They're all a little developmental. I mean, there's some talent for sure, but it's not exactly a plug and play like, oh yeah, this is gonna work. Yeah, like it's
there's no Justin Herbert coming in and throwing 300 in his first game in the NFL. So
wow, he's been such a. You think Miami's bummed out about that one? You think Miami sits back? You think the front office looks back at that one and goes,
Tua's been good,
man.
Honestly. I mean,
Tua's been fine. Tua's been totally fine. Development of Tua's been fine. I'm not diminishing Tua with this argument. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the front office look back and go, man, we had the chance at Herbert, and we went with our guy. We went with Tua, who fell to us. Totally understand their play. But I would hate to work in a front office. I talked to Brian.
You're going to
we're going there.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna go there.
I would. It would bum me out because constantly.
We can't go give it
Reel it in, John.
Sorry.
Keep the genie in the bottle.
My bad.
That's some industry secrets, bro.
My bad.
Put the toothpaste back in the tube.
My bad. Hold on. Cheers from Boys and Girls.
Herms,
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, Herms, I need your Baltimore and your Baker big play Baker tape.
I do want to throw a little bit of time back to Gary, because I did derail him and it kind of took away from his shit. So if you want to, I feel bad because my comment kind of interrupted your thoughts. So Gary, if you do have anything you want to add to what you were saying,
I've been interrupting you guys all night long, so I didn't even notice that you did that. So carry on, Herms.
All right, I'm just like,
thank you.
You got through like a sentence and a half, and then it was like, oh, Tyson, and then it just. I apologize, but
I don't even remember. This is like sitting with 4 of my friends at the bar and just talking. I mean, that's basically what this is to me. So I wasn't keeping track of how much time I got.
Doing my job right.
Aha, we did it! Oh, hell yeah! Around the horn, but we can say the word "fuck." Woo! All right, so all right, so yeah, dude. So I've been thinking about it the entire time because like whenever like and anybody who's like seen the show or like obviously anybody who's been on the show, it's just like by the time it gets, if you're on the wrong end of the serpentine, then it's just like like some things run out for you to be able to say that others haven't already said. But there is something I would like to point out that did pop into my head and has made it back to me. Woohoo! So
miracles happen.
It's every now and then, it fucking, I'll tell you what, broken clock is right twice a day. But like
even on the show,
when it comes to like what's been happening with the Baltimore offense, something that I can't help but think about on a consistent basis is the fact that and I don't say this in any sort of like demeaning way, because it's like, like Greg Roman is a very talented offensive mind, but you also have to think about the offenses that he has been the architect for in the past and what his success has been built through. And it's been really built through just making sure that the running game is robust, not only with the running backs, but also the quarterback itself. So like building a robust passing attack is not something that has ever really been within his skill set. Because even prior to becoming an offensive coordinator, I mean, he worked with Jim Harbaugh at Stanford, because, him, Harbaugh going to San Francisco in the first place, like that's how he got into whatever. Well, he was a tight ends coach and stuff in the NFL as well. But either way, that circles back to my point.
He's that
his background comes from tight ends and offensive line. You know what I mean? Like he's a real meat and potatoes offense type mind. So it's
he runs all his pawns out first. He runs all his pawns out first.
100%. And there's nothing wrong with that. A successful offense can be built that way. And we've seen it time and time. I mean, fuck, we signed the first half of the time wearing a Steelers jersey, earlier. Like, yeah, look, you can succeed with those offenses.
What did that Kaepernick San Francisco team do?
They ran the fuck out of some shit. And they passed just effectively enough to get the job done. But now with all the personnel that's been available to them, to all of these injuries, and also the natural evolution of the team anyway, because, and this has come up in, like multiple shows, whether it's this one or like, it's been a topic just in the NFL sphere this entire season. It's just like, are they passing more out of necessity, or is this something that they wanted to do? I am team they wanted to do this anyway, because you don't sign Sammy Watkins and then draft 2 wide receivers and just be like, oh no, we still want to run the ball. Like, no, they were really looking to pass the ball more anyway. It's just that like, this is not a guy that, it's not necessarily his skill set, but like he has the football acumen to be able to put together a scheme that can successfully attack through the air primarily. And it's worked at different times during the season. Exactly. And like, it's not his thing. So it's like, we have seen hiccups in them transitioning into this new version of what the offense will become. So, I mean, that's where those deficiencies really come from, if you ask me. I just think it has to do with the growing pains of a guy that is really not accustomed to tailoring an offense to work in that fashion. Man. So will they figure it out? Absolutely they will. I think they have the personnel necessary. They've drafted incredibly well. They've done this stuff. They have talent there. And the Ravens have always done a good job of identifying talent that can perform on the field. And then when it comes to the Baker Mayfield thing, I mean, it's tough, because on one hand, it's like, yes, things haven't really worked out. But on the other hand, you have to ask yourself, why haven't things worked out? And over the last decade or so with the Browns, we've seen a lot of turnover, not only just with the coaching staff, but also keep in mind, higher up you go.
They have the worst employee retention in the fucking league.
Exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like you have to even continue to look upward, because the Browns' problems are not just on the field. It's up in the GM's box. It's up, it's just like they've had so many executive changes as well, that there's never been a regime in place long enough, whether on the field or in the front office or whatever, to be able to focus on a consistent vision long enough to see anything fucking play out. So like, you have to, honestly, you kind of have to stick with this, because it's like, look, if you want to dip your toes back in that water at quarterback again, go ahead, go for it. Have some fun with that. It's not going to go very well for you unless you wait until next year and get somebody like a Bryce Young, maybe. But honestly, Baker Mayfield, he's a Heisman winner. He knows what the fuck he's doing. And like, yes, he does not have, I guess, at least what we've seen at the pro level, to consistently be able to just be like, torpedo, boom, just boom, take over the game all the time. But like, just stick with Stefanski, stick with Mayfield, and see this version of things.
Get receivers.
This is the first.
Get receivers. Don't get a receiver. Don't do that. Don't repeat that same bullshit again.
Receivers. Yes, you get receivers. Like, build toward. This is the most successful this franchise has been in a very long time. If you just continue to go with this direction, go with this level of cohesiveness, then I think
you have to go with the flow.
Upon continued success.
It's like you have to go.
I'm getting way too excited about this. Like
You're getting hyped about the Browns.
Wow.
I'm into it.
I know.
Nobody cares about the Browns that much.
Well, dude, this channel will cover all fucking 32 teams with the utmost excitement. We get excited about covering the dog shit fucking Jets. We don't care. Like, we'll cover the.
I'm just fascinated by all of this shit. Like, I don't know. It's so interesting. Like,
here's my thing. I wrote this in the show sheet with the expectation that I was ready to blow up on the Baker side of the question. You guys said everything that I was going to say about Baltimore, so I don't have anything to disagree with.
Yeah.
Get your chemistry together. Fix your shit in house. All you guys on the field, fix your shit. Yeah.
You know,
but
it's
this,
not in one season.
But this shit with Baker Mayfield, I was really ready to blow up. But when I look at the draft class, and like this is around the time where I really start, kind of starting to begin to dive in. And as I started going back to date, I'm like, fuck.
Because if you do, you're gonna have to wait another full year.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They can't really afford to do that with all they've invested in the defense financially, and just
But then on top of that, who the fuck is going to beat Baker in a QB competition right now? Out of this class,
no one.
Nobody. Look,
I like Pickett. I think he's talented. I think Matt Corral, he's pretty good as well.
I like
if Carson
Corral.
Strong was
Corral's
ever
my
healthy
favorite.
long enough to do anything, I could see it. But
dude, here's what I'm gonna say. But here's what I'm gonna say. The point that you just made, though, earlier about guys, if you can limit your turnover, this isn't a player on the field issue with the Browns. It's not an on the field fucking issue aside from the wide receivers.
It's the GMs, it's the scouts, it's the fucking they keep.
If you can keep consistency there, I think that Baker. How we were talking about Allen earlier, I think that Baker could maybe even will this franchise to a ring before Allen's able to do it. And they've been around, before the fucking Buffalo Bills.
I was actually going to ask that of the panel. It's like, who wins first? Who wins a ring first, the Bills or the Browns?
Oh my God.
Well, luckily, this show is going to be around for a long time because it doesn't take a lot of funding to run a YouTube channel.
My biggest thing on the Baker thing really is, what's the price tag? What's it going to cost the Browns? That's what I care about. Because I'll take Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's a starting
into a mid-level.
It costs the Browns to get two good receivers. If the Browns, how the Steelers always repetitively always have at least two good receivers. If the Browns can get two good receivers and a mediocre fucking third, or a below to mid-level average third, they could make some shit happen. Right now, they have a bunch of below average. They have a bunch of wide receiver threes.
Because the market value for a decent wide receiver 3 at this point, with the precedent that's been set with some of the recent extensions of players like Tim Patrick and stuff, you're really only looking at $10 million a year or so, right?
Yeah.
It's not astronomical.
Tim
Patrick
I'd like
to see what Michael Gallup's going to get in free agency, but
Tim Patrick and Tyler Boyd could go to the Browns and be successful with Baker.
True. Michael Gallup. Go sign Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup would be.
Fuck it. Honestly,
he'd be a team. He could be a stellar. He could be a stellar wide receiver 2 for a team. He'd be. You can do it if you want to do it. But the idea of, is Cleveland going to move on from Baker is really the question. Is, well, what is Baker asking for money? If he's asking for top 5 money, then of course, then we'll move on. But
with the way that Baker is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Baker looks at his resume and says, "I'm worth that." Baker's
I don't think he can.
Yeah, Baker's looking at his shit and he's like,
He's got a lot of the endorsement deals from the commercials.
Dude,
and stuff.
Baker's looking at his shit and he's like, "I want to ball harder." Like if we know what we know of what we know about Baker, Baker's looking at his track record and he's like, "I need to go harder." He's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's never satisfied, bro.
No, and if he asks for too much money, he'll have to move out of the stadium and pick up all his stuff.
Yeah,
just a pain in the neck.
Cheers to that joke. Cheers.
There it is. There it is, folks.
His contract comes with housing. He's the only guy in the NFL with housing contracts.
Oh my God. That's why you tune in for the content, folks. That's why you tune in.
That's why you're here. You never know when something like that'll pop out.
All right.
I just picture Baker like a college kid living on campus, going to like the stadium on game day.
We got
Oh, man.
We're almost
Oh, my
through.
God.
We're almost through.
All right, sorry.
Oh, we got an LOL. I love it. Thank you, Wink and Weeds.
Yo, so this one for you guys at home is going to be interesting because with this topic, you get to know the panel. You get to see a little bit of our personalities. Like, we're not going like full on analysts with this. Like, it's just us and us as people.
Because they don't get a lot of our personalities normally. So this is really going to be a rare opportunity for us to showcase ourselves.
This is nice.
Your rivalry, your rival NFL team. Okay, so whoever you're a fan of, your rival team has reached out to you, and they are giving you your dream position for hire, but it's within their franchise. What is the dream position that you wish that if you had to work for a individual, to think about all the positions within a team, within the
That's
team?
a good question.
You know, so don't be like, I want to be the fucking, you know, I don't know,
Equipment manager. Let's go. Here
Well,
we
yeah,
go.
Water boy.
No, those are
Fun-ass
positions.
job.
Those are positions within the organization. I'm trying to think, like, don't be like, I want to be like the fucking bagger boy for the fucking Detroit Lions. It's like, they don't have the personal bagger boy. Like, don't do that.
Can I be the mascot?
You can. That's a job.
Yes,
That's a job.
yes.
That'd be a dope ass job, to be honest with you.
But what is
For the
your dream
Ravens.
position, and what is the organization that you would be working for? And would your fandom of your real life organization supersede you taking this position? We start with Herms.
Okay, so before we go any further with what my position would be, I gotta say, if the rival franchise offered me a job, that would be great news, because I'll tell you, my commute to Baltimore is not that far, and I mean, that would actually be really great. I mean, I already know how to get to the stadium pretty easily. Like, you know, it's right, you know, right next door to Camden Yards. I mean, like, I would probably have to purchase a parking
Tell
spot
me
at
my
one of
little
those-
brother's a
but-
Gemini without telling me he's a Gemini with that.
Hey, you know, but it's just like, you know, like
Logic.
I could probably get a regular pass at that, you know. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I would probably want to. I could leave my car in the parking garage, like by the aquarium, maybe.
Oh,
so
ask
that
for
way I
a
could
pass
just,
in
like,
your
you know-
signing bonus. Ask for a
That's
parking
right.
pass in your
That's
contract.
right.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Ask
John-
for a parking
John-
pass.
I don't
the
know,
agent.
because here's the thing. I know
Yeah.
that part of Baltimore really well. It's a fun place to hang out. There's a lot of good restaurants around there. You know, like I'd probably, you know, I'd want to, you know, go down early, do it, you know, so whatever sort of like, you know, personal, plug in some headphones, you know, paperwork type stuff. I don't fucking know, but regardless, yes, I would be working. Oh my gosh, if I could have a job in an NFL franchise, I mean, like, I don't think I'm like intellectually competent enough to do anything serious. So I guess
You have
I
a
would
music
have
background.
to,
you have a music background. It's like marketing or some shit. Like, I mean,
yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I want to be the stadium guy, you know, just be like, ladies and gentlemen, your Baltimore Ravens.
Dude, you
know, just
kill
like-
announcer. You would kill it as an announcer. You would kill it as an announcer.
I've always wanted to be an announcer.
Or
yeah.
okay, so
I would
but
I'd
just
be in
is it the stadium announcer, or are you doing it radio? Are you doing play-by-play? Are you doing play-by-play, or
either
just the
one,
announcer?
honestly. I've always wanted to do something.
Just give Herms a mic in the stadium and he'll figure it out.
He'd
Just
kill it.
give me a mic, the place will be rocking.
No, because like
that's
no,
the voice of God.
yeah, because like when I'm not using my just like goofy Herms voice or whatever, and I really got to buckle down. I mean, like I have the tone to be able to do all of this work. You're listening to the Baltimore Ravens radio with Herms. You know, like, dude,
Are you
how
rocking
cool
ones
would
and
that
twos?
be?
That's awesome,
rocking,
dude.
Are you rocking ones and twos and mixing into like the hat, like the
How are you
commercial
not
rap music?
I'll
pursuing
have
this
a-
dream? This is
No,
a
it's
very
like, no, I
attainable
know
dream for
audio
you.
engineering. I can get a soundboard and know when to put in drops. I mean, I know how all this
Boom.
works.
All right,
I mean,
so,
it's
so
in my
you're the
background.
stadium
So, yeah.
announcer. Boom. So you're the
Yeah,
team announcer
exactly.
for the Ravens.
100%. Yeah, I'll just be the Ravens
cool
radio
job.
guy, like the stadium guy. I don't care. It's like, everybody get loud, get on your feet. It's the Baltimore Ravens. You're like, yeah, dude, I'm one.
I feel like I was at the
100% there
stadium.
for this. Yeah,
I feel like I was
Yeah,
there.
it's
I feel like I was there.
it's like, yeah, and like, yo, like, look, with the fact that I'm a big Steelers fan getting the way, no, because here's the thing about Ravens and Steelers rivalry. It's bitter, it's fierce, but the reason it is that way is because there's such a level of mutual respect between the franchises.
Mhm.
Like that Spider-Man gif of just like the That's the Ravens and the Steelers. It's basically the same franchise,
Yeah,
just that one of them has only been around since the late '90s, and the other one's been around for fucking ever. But they're both smart groups. They both know what the fuck they're doing, and they don't fuck around. And they build inside out the right way.
They
I
play
hate the Ravens, but
football.
god damn it, I respect the fuck out of them. So it's like, you want me to be the stadium guy for the Ravens? Fuck yeah, I'll do it. I'm down.
All right,
Hell
so
yeah.
Hernsford Stadium announcer, he would accept a 6-figure contract with his rival team, the Baltimore Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And a parking pass.
And a parking pass.
And parking pass.
Let's get ready to
100%.
football.
For a Metro Pass, it's the Metro Pass because he would just take the train. You just take the train up. Jorge.
Nah. I'd probably just drive.
I want to give him a parking spot. I mean, he's doing the radio. He's doing the announcing. Give him a parking spot.
All I gotta do is just go up 70 and get off on the
Maybe I'll take the train. Maybe I'll take my car. I don't know.
Drive 70. You want to drive 70, bro? Yeah.
I'd rather drive 70 than 270. At least I'm not driving 270. That would be a nightmare. If this,
you're right.
70 I can manage. But into the inner harbor, that's easy. You know, it's right. It's like what? Like once you get on and it's like the major lanes, it's like with the fourth exit up until you get into the inner harbor. Nah,
exactly.
It's not.
I'm following. Yeah.
Jorge.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I kind of did my dream job for 8 years with the Dodgers, and that was
this isn't a fair question. Fuck.
This isn't a fair question, but I will say for the rival NFL team, I've got two. So I'd have to choose between having to work for the 49ers or the Cowboys.
Oh,
and
man.
And honestly, yeah, I know Jerry Jones. Oh god,
tough boss.
I will say, I would become a fan of the players themselves
in this corner.
So that would be that would make it fine. So that would be so that would make it fine. As for what the job I would do, I'd love to be the post game show guy.
Yeah. That's a fun job. That's a fun one.
It's a little bit of when they lose, the fans are irate, and so you're just kind of walking a tightrope with them, and
you got to be the voice of reason somehow.
Yeah, playing a little bit of that, playing a little bit of counselor, and actually you're talking people like you're telling people. What are you, stupid? You're not going to trade, trade 3 end of the bench guys for Patrick Mahomes. So, so yeah, but I think that, I mean, I'm friends with the guy who does that for the Dodgers, and he's like, he's got a cult following. So I think that'd be a blast,
bro. I had tried to make an appearance with Mason Ireland back in 2018. On a Lakers post game. And at that time, I did not know anything about podcasting. I did not know anything that we know about what we know now. Like, if you guys think we push the envelope now,
go back to some early Rumboyz. Go back to some early. Go back to when it was a young Johnny B and Robbie.
Go watch Rumboyz at dusk.
Yeah.
And
Rumboyz in the late afternoon.
I remember this is on my old Twitter account, and like I had dived in and I don't remember what it was. We had just gotten LeBron, and I was flipping the fuck out, bro. And I get this text afterwards, and like Mason is like, "Hey man, you did good. But the point of post game is XYZ, bro." And it was this long text. And I was like, "Oh, I fucked up."
Learning experience.
Hey, when you got Mason from Mason Ireland fucking grilling you, bro.
You're doing something right.
Hey, I cleaned up after that. I tell you that much. I tell you what. But no, post game, I fucks with it. I fucks with that. And that would be for 49ers, you said?
49ers or the Cowboys. I think it'd be more fun for the Cowboys because Cowboy fans are kind of,
Oh yeah.
If they lose, they're
you'd get a lot more. Yeah, you'd get a lot more.
You get a lot more crazy
content. You get a lot more content. Let's say that. You get a lot more content.
A lot more interaction.
Yeah, 49er fans, if they lose, if 49er fans, if they lose, they'll just go, drink more wine and,
make another $1 million on their stock portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. Figure out how they could, afford, make another $1 million so they could afford the rent on their, studio apartment.
Crazy.
Gotta up that crypto portfolio a little bit.
Bro, you just want Stephen A to blow you up in the fucking morning and be like, "Them damn Cowboys, Jorge! Let me tell you."
If you did that type of stuff for the Cowboys, you would never have to farm for engagement ever. That's all organic. That's all organic.
No, hey, that is one content creator fan base that does not have to worry about anything. If you make Cowboys content, they're just like,
boom.
Just fucking
eat it up.
Every Cowboys YouTuber right now is pissed off at us just mentioning the word Cowboys and us fucking with their algorithm. Gary.
All right, so for me, I'm from Denver, so Bronco fan, but I live in Kansas City, so my rival would be the Chiefs. So I wouldn't even have to. I wouldn't even have to relocate, right? I mean, I would.
This is basically a job interview. Kansas City, if you're tuning in, this is basically a job interview.
Gary and Herm is living in enemy territory. That's what. There you go.
It's basically that, yeah. And so that'd be great. It'd be easy. I mean, I've been here 20 years now, so I'm around the Chiefs. I'm around Chiefs and their fans, and it's just we've come to an agreement. And the job, it's a job I didn't even know existed, but I met a guy in Nashville, and his job was to book hotel rooms for the team, travel with the team, and kind of just take care of all of the loose ends and things like that. And he's always around the stadium, and he has access to the players and all that stuff. I don't know what the job title is, but it's a real job because I met a dude, and that's what I want to do.
It's the director of team travel. But here's one thing about that job. That is a 24/7 job.
Oh, constant.
That is, you get calls and text messages all hours of the night. Players.
Well, he didn't mention that.
Yeah, it's
players will ask for a ride from the bar. They'll be hammered. It's like you'll have to. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh wait,
that's funny.
But you know what? They will take care of you. They will take care of you.
Christmas bonuses look fun. Christmas bonuses are super fun.
Your position again for your rival Chiefs.
I'm not sure what did you guys say it was?
It'd be old school. It was traveling secretary, but
the NHL called them player concierge, basically. Like you're a team concierge for the team.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize on Saturday night before home games, they stay at a hotel downtown Nashville. They don't stay at their own house. I did not know that. I was like, oh, really? Because they want to make sure all those guys are in their bed and where they're supposed to be. So
100%.
That was a shock to me, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, they're young men. Oh, yes. Who knows what they're going to do when they're left to their own devices? You just got to guide them.
You got to think about that. This is $1 million investment by a company that is investing in these players. It's like, we're not just going to let them, it's crazy to think, but there's a lot of that stuff that we got to make sure they're not out too late. We got to make sure they're not drinking and driving. We got to make sure they're, safe whenever they're going out, downtown and doing all these different things. Teams need to take care of their players on and off the field all the time. It's like this huge operation that people forget about. And it's like, yeah, man, a franchise does a lot for these players.
Yeah.
They do a lot. They'll book appointments for you. They'll do whatever you want them to do. They'll do anything.
Oh, the clubbies, they'll go take your car and get it washed. They'll go get takeout.
Find a million jobs. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bro, the amount of shit that I've seen where it's like, you're really getting that right now for free. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, am I able to grab some? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, are you for real? Like, this is real. And I look at the rep and they're like, yeah, like, this is for real. And I'm like, how much can I grab? And they're like, technically as much as you want. And I'm like, fuck.
give it all up.
No, so yo, I like that. So you're the Kansas City Chiefs player concierge. You're like their first sergeant. You're like the first sergeant. So like, for those that don't know, for those that have been in the military, your first sergeant is who comes down to the civilian jail when you get caught off base doing some fuck shit. It's like, yeah, your airman here. He punched a fucking civilian in the face because he was like, "Fuck you, you have a little dick," and then he hit him in the face, and then now he's hitting him this slammer, and then your first sergeant comes down and it's like, I'm sorry about that. He's been deployed. Here's a couple of grand. Let me bail him out, and then we'll deal with him on base. Then you get Article 15. But yeah,
That sounds like a lot of hassle, but I could have Patrick Mahomes on my Christmas card every year. So
it's wild, dude. It is so fun, and to be honest, and this is crazy.
You're pretty much the person when the mob gets in trouble. When John Gotti got in trouble and Gotti needed someone to come in, like, clean something up, you were the guy.
Yeah, I think that's what they called on Godfather, right? The consigliere or something like that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Gary, is there something we need to know about you? Are you the cleaner?
Gary has
I can neither confirm or deny.
What are you asking me these questions for, huh? Why are you asking me this?
What's going on, my guy?
What you mean, huh?
Hey, remember Pulp Fiction? The dude where they put out his business card and like it was like something like some restaurant, but then like really it's like the cleaner dude. Like
Oh yeah. He's the wolf.
Oh, the wolf.
Yeah, wolf.
Wolf. So what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm in waste management.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, come on.
So John B, you were pulling toothpaste, squirting it all over the
bottle.
Yeah.
So let me go back to my toothpaste mess. So it's funny. I say this all the time, just in general. I think it would be. I'm the type of person where I just I run my brain 1,000,000 miles per hour. I always second guess my decisions. I always look back and go, I could have done this differently. I could have done that differently. So in my heart, I want to say I would love to be a GM. Like, it would be so fun to build a team, go through draft picks, go through free agents, build a franchise.
But it's for your rival team.
But I'm sure I would do it for any team. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm a fan of the Patriots. Don't get me wrong. But if the Giants all of a sudden offered me a front office gig, like, that would be unbelievable. Like, it'd be a dream job.
I would trust you over Dave Gettleman.
Yeah, well, the Giants are a bad example. If Waltham High football asked me to run, no, I'm kidding. So it's just like, it's just one of those things where I just think that mentally I wouldn't be able to handle it, because I would do like the Dolphins. I'd look back and I'd lose sleep over Justin Herbert if I was the Dolphins. I would, and you need to have thick skin and be able to roll through punches and understand you're going to make misses. And I just don't have that in my DNA. So I would love to say that I would go to the Giants and be their GM, and it would be so much fun. But realistically, New York Giants, yeah. Because I consider them my rival as a Patriots fan, I guess. I don't know.
Because you fucking hate New York?
No, I like New York. It's a great city. It's a fun time. I just hate that they. I hate
I can think of
David Tyree catch. I hate the David Tyree catch. I hate that they ruined my undefeated season.
It's Eli Manning and Eli Manning. All right.
And basically, yeah. So that's why. And so I guess that my rival. Like, if I had to look back as a Patriots fan, like, who chaps my ass the most? It's got to be probably the Giants. So I would, if I could get over their front office, that'd be fun. But ultimately, the job I'd want, and I think I'd be good at, like, if I'm just thinking stupid and like realistically, being PR and hosting like charity events and doing event management for a franchise would be a lot of fun, and doing like off-field stuff, like stuff like that, because they host these huge galas and parties, and the Patriots are hosting events all the time, and they have these party planners and all these people that run 1,000,000 different things and events for them. And so I'd probably do that. I think I'd be good at it. It's kind of in the ilk of running a restaurant. And
I mean, you work in the
I could do it, and I'd be successful at it, and I'd have a long career, and it'd be a lot. I think I'd get it and be a lot of fun. But the pie in the sky answer is I'd love to be a GM.
GM, baby.
GM would be fucking awesome.
For any
sit there and
event,
make decisions.
My answer would have been, but like
Yeah.
you,
Really
I would have
quick.
just been like, "Oh no, I can't."
I can't believe I'm so stupid.
Oh, God, I can't.
Hey, really quick, for anyone
do
that's
that to myself.
ever been an event coordinator and that's ever thrown an event, I know like a lot of the homies from like back in the old school that I used to work with back in like the music industry, have supported the channel and shit.
Dude, music promotion, man,
Bro,
dude.
hey,
dog.
if you have never
running your
ever
own shows, bro.
if you have never
I
ever
missed that.
thrown a gala, if you have never ever thrown a gala where it's like, yo, this is grown and sexy. Like, if you never thrown like a black and white party or like an all white party or like an
Or a
all black
punk
party,
show.
like No, I'm talking like different like level events. Like I'm talking.
Oh, but yeah,
like, if
for
you've
sure.
never
Like,
done something,
imagine hosting like the team's ring ceremony, and you're the guy who's got to like book the event,
dude,
plan the
planning,
caterer. Like that would be so fun.
Dude,
That would be dude. You're the guy who's like, Robert Kraft says, "Hey, here's a blank check. Throw me a baller party," and like this is your job. Like this is your job. And you go, okay,
Any
cool.
budget, anything.
Yeah, right. They don't have a
I'm gonna say
fucking
this.
budget.
I'm
A
gonna say
budget?
this.
When you win a Super Bowl, you don't have a budget. You just throw a party.
They don't care. Yeah,
They don't give a shit. A budget?
Dude.
Nah, just throw a party, homie.
So,
Let's go crazy.
Here's what I'm
Let's
gonna
go
say.
crazy.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Okay.
So what's Robbie gonna do for Dallas? That's
I'm on big wheels right now.
Remember, you're getting your checks from Mr. Jones. You got to call him that too.
So
That's Sir Jones to you.
listen, everybody, I think everyone knows what my dream job would be. It would be in the marketing department. I'd be the head of marketing. Like, so, I would do all their parties. I do all their planning. I would do all their ads, all their campaigns, whatever. Like, I'd be doing it all. Knowing that in marketing, your whole job is to make something pop, is to make something cool, is to increase revenue, is to increase impressions, is to increase attention and awareness of something. That's your whole job as marketing, you know.
to make sure everything goes.
Boom, 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 boom. Flex drop a bomb on his bitch.
They all can't come up here.
Hey, don't come up to the station if you don't got no buzz. But no, for real. I know it's like a couple of us got that. But for real. Being the head of marketing for my rival team, like I've never actually asked this question or answered this question on air. Fuck Dallas! Like,
That's not gonna go over well in the job interview. That's not gonna,
Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't lead
I would
with that.
leave that
Don't lead
off
with
the
that.
resume. I would leave that one.
Yeah.
Just leave that off the resume.
Wait till the end of the interview. Be like, do you have any
Hold
questions
on,
for us?
hold
You
on,
know?
hold
I don't have a question. I do have a statement.
Yo, Jerry, here's the thing, Jerry. I'm probably better than your most popping marketing officers, most popping
Jerry, if you're
marketing
watching.
officer. I am the best head of marketing that you could ever fucking have. I'm gonna be straight up, all right? And I get that my projects may have not done enough to prove that, but I promise you, I'm probably the best motherfucking thing that can happen to you. But listen, baby, it ain't coming in at 6 figures.
Oh, Jerry Jones, baby.
Hey, in order for me to do it, because I am a Washington fan, it'll come in at 6. We talking 5 at the least.
Few extra zeros.
We talking
you gotta add
5.
on.
We talking a half. We talking a half a mil.
And a house in Dallas.
And a
parking spot.
And a parking spot.
And a bus pass. You gotta have a bus pass too.
Half a mil. He'll get a mansion in Dallas.
Oh.
Hey, but
Or
Would he
cost
ever?
some cost, get yourself a Baker Mayfield deal, live inside Jerry
Inside Jerry World.
There's
There you
room.
go.
There's room.
I mean, imagine playing video games on that big screen, on that Jumbotron. That'd be Call of Duty would be lit on that thing.
It does look like Trash Day. Trash Day would be a bitch, though. I saw that.
Yeah,
one.
that would
It was
kinda
like that's a
suck.
lot of trash.
You guys want to know? I toured Jerry World, and I think it was the Jonas Brothers had just played a concert there. It's probably like 8 years ago. And the Jonas Brothers, they worked into their deal that the night before the concert, they got the video screen to play video games on it.
Come on, that's so cool.
Now that's a
That's cool.
That is
That's cool.
Bro,
That's
I'd be
fun.
I'd be like,
That's some
Mario
bucket list
Kart,
shit.
just-
I'd be like,
Mario
I'd get the film. I'd be like, I would get to film my podcast right in the middle of the fucking.
Imagine Rumboyz After Dark on the Jumbotron.
Exactly. Bro, but for real, you know what's fucked up? I would do the exact same job, but 10 times better than what I would already do it for Jerry Jones for literally almost a significantly less amount of the price. Like Washington, you could give me 110 and I'd eat. I'd be fine. Washington, give me 110. Washington, give me 110. Why should you give me 120 a year? 120K a year?
I mean, Robbie, to be fair though, I mean, like for Washington to upgrade in any sort of marketing or PR
Doesn't take much.
whatsoever. I mean, you could you find a 7-year-old in the area, they do a better job. Like, I mean,
What happened to that team name thing? Are they still working on that team name? Like, what's going on there? Where's the marketing team on that one?
The bar is so low that I'm pretty sure I tripped over it on my way up.
You need to be. That's my point.
Hold on. You know what's fucked up? I actually applied for that position.
I remember that. I remember you sharing that. Yeah.
Endorsed for me to get it, and I still. They didn't even give me just the tip. They were just like, "Don't even come in."
Yeah.
Like. I was like, I got fucking abandoned.
Is a dumpster fire, and you dodged a bullet. So,
right? I mean, hey, Rumble. If Rumboyz ever becomes bigger than the Washington football team, I'd be so grateful.
The Washington Rumboyz, that'd be hilarious. The Washington Rumboyz, that'd be hilarious.
And then the glass with the rum on it would be like
maybe
a little splashing out.
And then all the endorsements and proceeds go.
Oh yeah, Captain. You have Captain Morgan and everybody would be Bacardi. Everyone would be cheering.
Hold on. For those who don't know, before we get into our last topic, before we get into our very last topic,
there's one more. Oh shit!
Let's
go.
We're already in overtime.
The last one is super easy. Just so you guys know, keep liking the content, keep sharing the content. Like when I say share the content, like. I don't care if you think that it's appealing to someone who may think it's appealing to them or not. Like, fucking tell them to click the subscribe button and tell them to like it, tell them to share it. Like, I really don't care, like, if you think that it's marketable to them or not. Like, share it to them because, like, I've thought a lot about the fantasy football industry. I've thought about how long I've been in the fantasy football industry. I've thought about my age and how I can cross with the millennials, with the Gen Z and shit. Why is no one... no shit. Like, why is there no one doing I'll host a fantasy football league with a bunch of people and we're gonna give away, I don't know, like a couple $1,000 or like we're gonna give away a fucking car or whatever. Like, I feel like the cool in what fantasy football and legal sports gambling and like the cool and all this shit that like what it could be and how big it really could be isn't there. So like I'm ready to blow it up. So like push out to everyone. I'm working on a vlog series that's going to be coming out. I'm going to be going around to every single dealership. Whether I get a yes or a no, I'm going around to every single dealership here in Colorado Springs. I'm going to try and find a way to create a fantasy football league where it's a 12-man league. Winner of the fucking league gets a car. And I'm going to find a fucking dealership to endorse this bitch. I'm going to call every fucking dealership in America. Crazy. We are making a vlog. We are making a vlog around this piece of content. We're planning to release that vlog around the Super Bowl time where I'm just calling up and I'm trying to get the league together and everything. We want to fucking it's time for fantasy football to get bigger. It's time for our industry to get bigger. It's time for our content creation to get bigger.
So you need to work with Oprah. She loves to give away cars.
You get a car. You get a car. Everybody gets a car.
Everybody check under your seat. You will all get a car.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious, dude. Like I need to be on that Steve will do it shit. I need to be on that Nelk Boy shit. Like I need to be on that all those YouTubers that just like are like I'm gonna give my fan a car. Like I need to be on that shit just because like fantasy football is cool, but fantasy football is cooler when you take care of people. Like when you figure out ways to do it. And I don't have the money to do it, but I'm going to find a fucking sponsor. I'm going to find an investor to do it. So I'm literally going to make a vlog of me putting pressure behind sponsors, of me cold calling and doing everything. And we're going to make that vlog go viral. And then someone else is going to see it. And they're going to be like, yo, fuck it. We need to fuck with the Rumboyz. And I'm going to start off with trying to give away a fucking Toyota. And hopefully one day I land with giving away a Lambo. But, like, I really want to do this. I have a fucking dream. Like,
so if I got a Corolla for winning a fantasy football league, I'd be psyched. Are you kidding me? That'd be awesome.
For real. Like, I want to take fantasy to the next level. Like, I want to be able to fly fans out to a draft party with us. Like, I want to take fantasy. I want to take this shit to a next level. Like, I don't want it to be boring no more.
Let's go. Get hype.
Let's go.
Get hype. I just got psyched.
Like, so we need you guys to share the content. And the only way that happens is you guys getting us this YouTube money. You guys sharing the content. You guys hitting the like button. You guys fucking telling people why they need to subscribe, why they need to promote us. 2022, every Tuesday, we're going to be launching a brand new fucking merch design. I spoke with a new graphic designer. Every Tuesday, we're bringing back Tuesday merch drops. We're bringing back every Tuesday brand new Rumboyz.com discount code on our merch shop. So we're bringing all that shit back. We're gonna get into our fucking upset of the week, baby.
Yeah,
time to
do
get
this.
upset. Let's get upset.
Robbie is hyped.
Woo! Let's go.
John B. Hey, John B.
Yeah.
Your upset of the week.
My upset of the week. I can't believe I'm gonna take this fucking cheese. I'm taking it though. I am gonna take it. New York Jets over the New Orleans Saints. I think the Taysom Hill injury is real. I think that offense might struggle, and I would take the Jets right now. Which I know if Elijah Moore doesn't play, and that's a big thing to me. If Elijah Moore doesn't play, the Jets offense will struggle. But if he plays, they could have a field day and squeak this win out.
Hold on. Just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
the Jets are plus 185, which means the Sharps aren't necessarily leaning towards the Saints as heavy as you think. Like, I mean, the Saints are minus 225. The Saints are minus 225, but that and when I see a plus 185 dog and it's the Jets,
yeah, the gamblers out there, and I will be honest, I'm a big time gambler. The gamblers out there think, and the sharp bettors I know will tell you that the Jets could be a good payout in a parlay, because if they hit, all of a sudden your 3-team parlay will look way better if the Jets hit, and it's a good way. It's a good way to just blow your odds through the roof. And so take 2 sort of locks and throw the Jets in there, and then if the Jets do hit, you're sitting pretty. So that to me is kind of a fun bet right now. That's what I'm going on. Give me a couple locks and then throw the Jets in there on a 3-team parlay, $100. That'll net you a nice day.
What book you playing on? What book you playing on? Just so everyone knows.
I got a guy. I'm still old school. I'm still real old school. I'm still that real greasy paisan. I got a guy that I call. So I don't that on.
I love that.
But I'm not gonna out my dude. He's a good guy. But yeah, so that's what I'm bad. So to me, a big dog right now is the Jets. Like I like the Jets. I like I think the Saints are gonna, they don't have Deontay Harris. They have a beat up a quarterback. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna look like. And again, I think the Jets can do enough with Jamar on offense to squeak out a scary looking win. It's not going to be pretty. You're not going to want to watch it, but just check the score at the end of the game and hope that the Jets are on top. And then the rest is gravy.
From a real Italian. John B. Still got a guy. He's going Jets.
I got a guy. Hey, my guy. Shoot a text. Yeah, him a little text. I meet him every other Tuesday. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not serious. It's not an addiction. It's not an addiction. Don't worry.
You can put anytime you want.
Joey the Fish or something.
I am. Wait.
Goes by a first name only.
Hold on. I will take this comment in a minute. Let's get through the whole panel. No, I will take that fucking comment in a minute. Stay tuned. Gary.
Okay, so
upset of the week. You don't. All right, really quick. You don't have to do upset of the week. What's your bet of the week? What's your bet?
We already talked about it, and I'm in on this one. Jorge, I was in on it before Jorge talked about it, but Washington over Dallas is when the 4.5 points.
Plus 170, baby.
We talked about
Washington
already the
proved a lot.
reasons, and I think that's a safe one for me. So I'm going there.
That's a fun bet. I like that bet too.
Well, I'm gonna throw a different one out there, even though I already threw out Washington. I'm going the Bills. I'm just playing the desperate card. I think they're kind of old school with with Chris Berman saying no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. So I think Josh Allen. I could really see Josh Allen throwing a touchdown at the end of the game to win it, and just having the ball last.
It's going to be a fun game to watch for sure.
Oh, it's going to be.
That's going to be.
We're talking.
To me, that's the game of the week. That's the game of the week to me for so many reasons, for a lot of reasons. But that's going to be a fun one for sure. For sure.
We're talking big boy shit. Okay, Herms.
Hello. Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Sorry. Sorry. Hold on. I had to go to the bathroom. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
hey, really
Okay,
quick, bro. Hold on. Before you give us your upset or your pick of the week, your best bet of the week, I just
Sure,
want to say, like, this man's marketing and branding is so good to the point to where like chicks will call me and I'll be like, "Hello." Bro. And like it is what it is. Like it's the thing. My homie, one of my homies that lives out here. For some reason, this motherfucker, like, all right, I won't say for some reason. I know the reason, family and everything. Like he's not always able to tune into our live show, but he'll hit me up and I'll be like, "Hey man, hey bro, like, what's your best bet of the week?" Like I'll actually say exactly what he says. Hey bro, what's your best bet of the week, man? Robbie, what's your best bet of the week, bro? Like this motherfucker really talking because he's from Victorville. He's from Victorville.
What you think about them Raiders, man?
Órale, pues, vato, what's happening?
Hey, vato, what about them Raiders, man?
Hey, I'll make it worse. The motherfucker's a Cowboys fan too. It's like,
what?
Yeah.
What you think about Dallas, huh?
Yeah, hey, Dallas, man, you're that.
Why you a hater? Why you hating?
He's done that. That has been a real thing. That has been a real life thing. It's like when you said that, like it just kind of made me think about like hello, hey, yeah, like yo, you just got certain homies where you take their swag and you adjust it to you, and it's just the hello and the hey, like those things work, So shout out to the fam.
All right. Although I'll tell you what, Herm's often imitated, never replicated. It's your boy.
Never.
Hello. Yes. Now, try and steal this swag.
Anyway, but yeah, fuck, that was a strange thing. Okay, so what are we doing? Fuck. Okay.
Pick of the week. Upset of the week.
Okay. All right. So look, technically on paper, this is, I suppose, considered an upset because, like, dude, I'm looking at the schedule and, like, honestly, there's not I'm not like a betting dude necessarily. So, like, I don't know what the Vegas has for the stuff in the book and the whatnot because I don't even know how to read. But like when it comes to
I just play Mayweather.
Yeah, just like looking at just pure record, just record to record, whatever. So the thing with the Niners, honestly, thank you.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment. I'll drink to that.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I appreciate. Thank you for considering me up there with the dude from SNL that's with Kim K. So anyway, but yeah. The Niners, I get that the injury shit's a little weird, especially in the backfield. But they have one fewer win goodbye, Gary. They have one fewer win than the Bengals. So I suppose, technically speaking, that would be an upset. So I mean, I don't know. I feel pretty good about that. Shout out my man, Jermichael Hasty, dude, the only NFL player that follows me on Twitter. It's my guy. But yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about them. But like, okay, if I'm gonna reach. No, and again, I'm just doing this for the sake of the question. I'm not sure how much I actually like really believe in this or whatever, but it kind of goes back to
he's back.
Okay, all right. Okay, see, there you go. All right,
I didn't jump out in the middle of your take. I was just all of a sudden something went wrong.
Exactly. But I will say it kind of goes back to something we were saying earlier about, it's just like, look, I'm not about to sit here and say that I have like 100% faith in this or whatever, but like if the Giants can really establish that run and get things going, you know what I mean? Like Herbert's been a little up and down this season. You know what I mean? It's true. It is. And not having Keenan Allen out there and potentially now, as we're recording right now, we don't know about Mike Williams because of the close contact and all that. I don't know his vaccination status. If they're all the
news desk.
Okay, well, there we go. So if we're all the way down to, and look, I don't mean this in any sort of disparaging way because these are talented players, but like Jalen Guyton, he's not the same. After Tyrone Williams, I mean, he's a thing. Just like
Autumn said, put your arms down. She's gonna die. She's loving.
Okay, but
it's a tattoo thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they are fetishes.
Yeah,
like die in a good way or die in a bad way.
I mean, I got like a whole ass.
Let it fly, baby.
I'm the fuck up, baby. Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, like. So again, Giants. I wouldn't bet on it, but it wouldn't stun me necessarily. So like the thing I'm really going to put my whole ass behind is like, technically speaking, I suppose the Niners are. So like I kind of expect the Niners to win. But if I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit, yeah, I could kind of see it with the Giants maybe.
Only thing that scares me about the Giants is their quarterback situation. I mean, they're on the best way. I lost my train of thought. Hold on.
I did too. What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I'm
Tattoos? What's happening here? Autumn? Jesus, cut it
We've
out.
spun out of control.
Honestly, I never know what we're talking about.
Oh, no, Giants quarterbacks. Who's playing quarterback for the Giants, by the way?
Mike Glennon.
Not Josh. We've only had one Josh ever in the history. We've only ever had one Josh in the history of this show.
All right, Josh B, what up? There you go.
Josh Fowler.
Yeah, I'll take Josh B. Josh Groban. I've been called worse, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, dudes, get all up in that opera shit. Like, hell yeah, dude.
And these are my friends.
Yeah.
I was not.
So, Robbie, who's your upset? Who's your upset of the week?
Yeah, what do you say, Robbie? Where are you putting
Robbie,
your
where are you at?
So before I get into my upset of the week, I want to let everyone know you do have a 25% profit boost on tomorrow night's fight night. Okay, over on DraftKings. So make sure you guys get in on that. Also a 33% profit boost on Army Navy for Saturday.
You see those Army Navy uniforms too that they dropped?
How much you want to bet that Josh Groban uses "You Raise Me Up" as a pickup line like all the time?
Oh yeah. Obvious.
Oh fuck yeah!
Obviously.
Hey
yo, how much?
One thing.
How much you bet he isn't sub as fuck to be like, you pick me up, and she picks his ass up.
He reaches for the tab. He goes, "Let me pick this up," and the girl just loses it, and the girl just forget it.
Yeah, 100%. Autumn, you can follow all of your favorite Rumboyz Fantasy Network Rumboyz Fantasy Network members on our Twitter handles that are all listed on the screen. All of you guys can follow all of your favorite Rumboyz Fantasy Network members, whether they are members of the channel or not. We have a lot of friends that just pop in and out. Like at this point, like the network is just pretty much me and a bunch of all of my friends doing this shit.
Which is the dopest thing about it.
Exactly, yeah. So like, yeah, like you guys can like follow all of us, she's like, all right, yeah. Oh.
If you aren't following Herms, I don't know what you're doing wrong. I mean, it's just like I'm telling you, it's just like, dude, all sorts of fun content coming out from your boy.
Penne is not beating Nunez. We're fucking definitely riding the Nunez train tomorrow.
Are we talking about mixed martial arts?
Yes, the Rumboyz.
Oh, then I have no idea what this is.
Tomorrow night, the Rumboyz on Nunez bets go on our 7th in a row for Nunez bets. That is 7 fucking fights on the same fighter. We have not lost.
It's pretty good.
We are riding Nunez from 2018 all the way through, baby. We're not stopping.
Yeah, I mean, you can't stop
Listen. Tomorrow night's card is going to be crazy. I have a YouTube short dropping. Mañana. Where I'm going to give you my UFC fucking
That means
bets.
tomorrow.
Mañana. Tomorrow. But outside of that, my bet for the week is Washington at plus 170 on the money line.
You're breaking your own rule. You're breaking your own rule.
I wrote the rules.
That's a good point. You did. So that's fine.
All right. So I can rewrite them.
I will lay off.
Yo, what's worse is that we call them commandments. like that's worse.
This has been going for 2.5 hours. I love it. I love the show.
Yeah.
This is good.
Let's go ahead and wrap up. Let's get into the wrap ups. And we start with Gary Zam.
Hey, Robbie, thanks for bringing me on. I had a good time tonight. I'm on Twitter, Gary Zam01. I mean, that's it. Look for me there.
100%.
Shout out In Between Media. Shout it out. 100%. Much love for you and all your people over there. I'm gonna plug it for you if you're not gonna say it. So
yeah, okay. In Between Media.
There you go.
They're my guys. They are my guys.
He said, y'all pay me more. I'm kidding. John.
Yo, you already know you can catch me on Tuesdays on It's a Vibe. It's basically this show, but just a different night. It's just this show on Tuesday. So catch me on It's a Vibe. Has nothing to do with sports. Yeah, it has nothing. But it's just people having fun talking shit about a whole mess of topics. So you can catch me on It's a Vibe.
It's like how like the footballers have the spitballers. Rumboyz After Dark.
Yes.
So we got It's a Vibe. So
There you go. I also am on the podcast for the love of Sundays. But to be honest and be transparent with everybody, that's taken a huge backseat. My buddy Brian got a big promotion at work. He's now the Northeast regional scout for the New Jersey Devils. So big shout out to my guy BJ Straight. Yeah, making it, doing big things. So I love him to death. He's my best friend. He's my day one guy. But the podcast's taking a huge backseat. We're trying to put out content as much as we can, but really, it's catch me on It's a Vibe and get on me at Twitter. I love having conversations about football. I still love
podcast with us, motherfucker.
I still podcast with the Rumboyz. I still do all that, and I love fantasy football. I love talking NFL. I'll talk rankings. I'll do whatever you want to do. I still am into it, but sadly, podcast kind of run its course, man. So yeah, you can catch me on It's a Vibe and on Rumboyz at this point.
Don't you?
Which is a good thing still.
Which is a good thing still. I mean, listen, we had a great 4-year run at it. We back-to-back top 10 fantasy pro rankers. I mean, listen, I had a fun little stretch, man. I can't complain. It was a lot of fun. I was blessed. So
round of applause.
It's just where we're at in life. Things move on. So if you are a For the Love of Sundays podcast listener and you're tuning in now,
For the love of Sundays.
I apologize that you've gotten about 2 episodes in the past 4 months, but they've been bangers. They've been good ones. They've been a lot of fun. So I don't know, man. I just have fun hanging out with you, Robbie. To be honest, I like drinking and talking shit with you.
Thanks.
It's really the best. And everybody else here. But Robbie's the linchpin.
But his name's on the contract.
Yeah. He signs the paycheck.
And I'm a big fan of hanging out with Robbie.
That's my contractual obligation.
Hold on. For those that don't know, John and I have known each other since 2018. Might even been before that, but yeah, close, long time. Yeah. It's been a long time coming, man. It's been crazy. A very long time. It's like since I stepped foot in the industry.
Been a long time. Been a long time.
Out of anyone on this panel, we've known each other the longest. So I've seen this. Like I know. Jorge.
So I tell people it's my pre-pandemic homie. That's my pre-pandemic homie. We were doing this shit way back.
Just fucking up. Blink twice if you need help. I need a lot of motherfucking help. Shit. Jorge.
Oh, yeah, Robbie, como siempre. Papi, thank you always for the invite. Always good to be on with friends. And you can find me at Jorge Martin 17 on Twitter. You can find our original content, familiaffb.com. Also, we got a YouTube channel. We got a podcast. Just go find Familia FFB, Frank Bob, or Fantasy Football. And you'll listen to us multiple times a week. I do some solo shows, some interview shows. I mean, people on this panel have been guests on it. So
he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Yeah, fantasy football con sabor latino is what I love to call it.
Sí, papi, dale.
Me encanta.
Dale, Tom,
Muchas
dale.
gracias. Muchas gracias. Pégale, Herms.
That's me. Yes. Hello.
Hi. I do stuff. I'm on Twitter. I'm also on other social media platforms, but if you find me there, I will ignore you because I just don't find me. I won't respond. I won't. And it's nothing personal. It's just like, no. I mean, like, have you been on Facebook? Fuck that.
Fuck that place.
So so I mean, like, shit. I mean, like, fuck. I mean, the only reason I'm still on there is because I feel like it would upset my mom. She'd be like, who else is gonna like my profile picture? Like, I don't know. It's like Barb. It's fine. But anyhow,
Barb.
So, oh shit, I said my mom's name. Fuck. Anyway,
Shout out to all the moms, man. They're the best.
Shout out
to moms. Yeah,
dude, 100%. Yes, Mother's Day is every day, folks.
Stomach hurt.
Mama Herms is absolutely the best. You can find me on Twitter at HermsNFL. I couldn't fucking tell you what I'm going to be doing in the future. I mean, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that kind of changing right now. The announcements. Yeah, well, it'll I'll announce things when it's time to announce things. But as far as
Fajita Pros.
Yeah, exactly. As far as anything is concerned, what I'm sticking at, long term, as far as I'm aware, Fajita Pros. You follow me, Follow me there. All the Mexican food updates. You know, I got
Fantasy Pros.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, you can find me doing the Fantasy Pros injury news desk. You know, anything you got to know about, like, hey, is this guy healthy? Hey, your boy, you know, I'm writing that shit up. I got that shit for you. Keep a lookout for that. I have a podcast. We'll see what happens with that. I also write over at Football Absurdity. That's pretty cool, at FBall Absurdity on Twitter. But yeah, no, it's your boy Herms doing some Fantasy Pro shit, because that's what happens. Also, shout out, just feeling emotions as they come to you. Never bottle anything up, folks. If you ever feel like you need to let something out, always let something out, because Herms got you. If you're ever going through something, hit me up. Anybody here would be willing to help you out. You know, just like the trying time of year with the holidays. I know that, you know, it affects people differently. So it's like you're going through something.
I reached out to the homie Gary today. I was like, dude, do you want to take a break? Like, do you just want to fucking come and vibe? And like, you know, I was like, I haven't reached out to you. Like, I forgot. Like, you know, and
Yeah,
like,
I'm glad you did.
I'm a piece of shit for that. I'm gonna just confess that on the air. Gary like definitely fucking like reached out to me like a minute ago. And I don't know, like something just compelled me in the universe to reach back out today. And invite him on the show. Just be like, yo, like, let's fucking vibe, bro. Like,
I wouldn't be up here doing this shit if it weren't for Gary's generosity. I mean, shit, man, he plucked my ass out of obscurity and amplified my voice to y'all. So I mean, like, honestly,
yeah, we met early on, didn't we?
Dude,
we did.
That's what this shit is all about. Like, once again, I'm gonna just say everything that I kind of said earlier. Like, I really want to. Fantasy football has changed my life so much. And I want to use it to really fucking start changing people's lives. Like, I'm being so serious. Like, there's no reason why these other fucking content creators, like, when I say content creators, I mean that in a very general, broad fucking term.
Oh yeah.
Can get away with doing some of this shit, and like we haven't leveraged our multi-billion-dollar fucking industry of fantasy football to try and not a single. I'm gonna be honest with you. No one is. There's a shit that I'm about to start. Like, I'm about to start filming myself behind the scenes in business meetings. I'm about to start like just giving away everything that I've invested for the last 5 fucking years of building this company. I'm about to just start giving the game away for free. The game is meant to be sold, not told. Well, I'm reversing that. I'm gonna tell it to y'all, and then hopefully you just invest in the motherfucker and just want to fucking, you know, donate and view it and watch our commercials and watch our ads and all that dumb shit. Hopefully you guys are gonna want to get in on the new merch line. It's gonna drop 2022. 2022. I'm gonna let you guys know straight up what's happening because we got to start planning for it. Brand new Rumboyz merch line coming. It's a Vibe merch line dropping. It's a live Twitter account. We'll be going live. I've been holding off on that on purpose because I wanted to go live like literally at midnight, fucking live for 2021. So y'all are gonna just be fucking bracing yourself. Are you hanging? Are you hanging? Are you hanging on the edge of your seats? Another one. A whole lot of shit that I'm building up with Dr. Roto, a whole lot of shit that I'm building up with the SportsMe app. Working on some shit to where I possibly touch down in LA for the Super Bowl. See how that works out with the SportsMe app. But a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. A lot of things are happening on this fucking machine right here. A lot of business meetings. I need you guys to keep liking. I need you guys to keep supporting. I need you guys to keep sharing the content. I need you guys to like really start believing in this vision moving forward, because the vision that it once had or where it was going is like now, like we want to do some cooler things. We want to be the channel that does the cooler things before other channels try and do cool things. And I think that we can be the ones to do it first. So like, subscribe, comment, rate this shit, love it. Play my fucking outro. We outie.
Tip your bartenders.